Okay. Hey, my stream thing didn't break. I was actually genuinely concerned about that over the last session. Because OBS has been very not nice. So welcome back, everybody, to your second session of Season of Ghosts. It looks like people are drawing our hero actions already. You can discard them off the bat. Is that a thing? Oh, do you discard them now, or do you discard them later? Since you got two hero
It's because
points now.
it's you have to draw new ones at the start of every session. So I'm
Oh,
discarding the ones I didn't use last session.
oh, I understand. I know how this works. Okay, okay. Wow, it looks like string. Katai, you got strike true. I'm sure that won't do anything, right?
No, absolutely
No,
not.
no, no. All right. Let me know when you guys are done drawing your hero actions for the session. All right. Does that hold in your guys' sheets? Can I like clear out the chat?
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah.
it's in our sheet. Yeah.
Perfect. Alrighty then. Well, without further ado, with a significantly darker landing page to go off of tonight, and all the mysterious misgivings after your beautiful night of festivities, I do want to ask, does anyone want to be the one to recap what happened last week for a free proficiency die called, patented Minspiration? You'll get
What does that do?
a D6 to add on to any roll.
D6 is a lot.
D6. Oh
Yeah,
man,
D6 is
that's a big one.
horrifying.
If you take it, it's a D6 to add to any D20 roll that you wish to take. Once per the session,
Finish to it.
it expires after, but you'll have to give me a recap of the session. Now, my usual rule, since you guys haven't done my recaps before, is either a detailed, or at least broadly detailed, recap of the last two sessions, or an overall brief recap of the whole campaign. Now, you're kind of... That's the wrong button. You're kind of shoehorned into doing one of those right now. I'm just curious if anyone wants to take it.
You want us to roll out a D20?
I would absolutely, if multiple people want to do it, you can roll out a D20. I'm down for that. Oh my. I'm curious if this is going to be one of those campaigns where two people fight for it, or if it's just one person doing it every time.
Dom can do it.
All right. Jobin, who has been writing down everything as you go to tell your story, or at least write down your first draft, the draft that you've been making this whole time. Do you want to take it away?
All right. Yes. Okay. Previously on Season of Ghosts, Soggy, we meet all of our characters, all the heroes, for the first time as we wake up in the middle of the forest. At least Fang and Si Ying wake up. It seems like something has gone wrong. Prior to this, we were partaking in the annual festival, where we pretend to be captives, kidnapped by ghosts, and set up for ransom, wrapped up in straw mats, and taken away. We were taken away the night prior, set down in our place where we were supposed to sleep for the night, and when we woke up in the morning, we weren't where we were. It seemed something was off. As we got up, we noticed that there was a really pretty heavy mist, fog rolling through the forest, which is not too uncommon, but felt very creepy. We were all damp from our sleep, and we all felt very groggy, and like if we had almost died and woke up, how deep the sleep was. So As we got our bearings, we decided to try and figure out a way to get back to the town. But before that happened, we started hearing weird noises, voices talking about feeding and eating flesh and gnawing on bones and scary things like that. It turns out these noises were coming from the nearby underbrush, which revealed a family of giant centipedes. Now, centipedes aren't known for talking, so something strange was going on. The centipedes attacked, tried to gnaw and eat us, but we were able to defend ourselves. Afterwards, it took a moment for us to like kind of get our bearings and realize that this is actually very strange. These centipedes aren't supposed to attack, at least not a group of people like this. They usually don't attack in groups either, solo hunters. So with that in the back of our minds, we headed back towards the village. Si Yin and Fang were able to guide us there. They seem to be very knowledgeable about the surrounding forest. It's not really my forte. I don't like to be out here in the first place. But as we made it back to the village, the fog got even worse. The mist was very dense. We could barely see ahead of us. So as we crossed the bridge into the village, the first thing we did notice was that horrible guardian gate, Ugly Cute, was not there. The lantern was put out, and the guardian was gone. Cian was able to see that there might have been some tracks that kind of resembled the pointed legs of Ugly Cute as it left towards the east. We started hearing even more noises coming from inside the village, but also a very eerie quietness as well. So we went past the gate and further into the village, and once we got up to the first guard tower, we saw that there was, I guess, some signs of combat. There were two dead guards, legs swollen with bite marks, and two other dead creatures. We later found out they were called Jinkin. At the guardhouse, we did meet another guard that was hiding out and told us that the town was under attack by monsters. We kind of got our bearings, had her fill us in with what she knew, which wasn't much, and was able to get some oil from her to help relight the lantern. And we gave her the lantern to keep safe. As we went further in, we avoided the roads mainly a bit and tried to go from house to house just to get an idea of what's going on. Many of the houses were empty. As we passed by the Central District on South Bank, I wanted to stop by and check on a friend of mine's. And when I got there, their house seemed empty. And then we ended up running into a spirit. We were able to avoid it, keeping to the hate practices. But from there, we realized, things were not very safe. So we continued towards the bridge where the Eternal Lantern is, because seeing that this fog is filled in, ghosts are going about and monsters are in the village, something must be wrong with the Eternal Lantern. On our way there, though, we did see that the dam was open, so we couldn't cross over to the north side of the village from there, and so the only way was going through the bridge by the Eternal Lantern. As we got closer to the Eternal Lantern, we started hearing the noises of small creatures having some type of conversation, and the guttural voice of somebody who sounded very drunk speaking in Fey. We saw at the bridge. We saw the Eternal Lantern out, and a group of Jinkin playing and acting out. I assume what has happened to the villagers here, and this one-eyed monster sitting down on a makeshift chair drinking. We decided that it might be a good idea to try and get these monsters out of our town. At least Katei for sure doesn't want them anywhere near this Eternal Lantern. That's where we
Easier,
left off.
easier said than done. But all good things, come from a good place. And so, as you guys concocted a small plan to push forward and meet the creature that resides on the Dawnstep Bridge, the Eternal Lantern dim and dark. We'll come back in. Does anyone have anything they wish to add to the story? Or something that was forgotten or missed before we jump in? Very well. Thank you, gentlemen. You can take your d6. It's a circumstantial die. You can use an any d20 roll.
Question: is that used after the roll or before?
After.
Okay.
All right. And so you guys watched. From the foliage and the thick mist, you saw the Jenkins roiling around a throne made of stolen furniture. You see, decorated around them is various cookware, weaponry, clothes that are clearly taken from villagers that you perhaps recognize and know. And yet, as they had quarreled with each other, playing makeshift roles given to the smallest of the Jinkin, you look towards each other, Katai barely able to contain their composure. You nodded to one another. Fang, I believe you transformed, and begun to stalk through the shrubbery, and the wet dew falling underneath your paws. Tell me, before I describe the being that begins to confront you, Fang, would you like to describe your shapeshifting?
Yeah, it's really gross. All of his, like, equipment, the clothes he's wearing, it kind of just, like, starts getting soaked into his body, and, you just see, like, his fur start to get puffier and puffier as his, bones start to crack, and he gets smaller and smaller into this tiny little fox. Big bushy tail.
Those of you that don't know about Fang's ability, I assume maybe have seen this fox about Willowshore on many days that traveled. And as you shrink down to size and begin to prod your way up, first thing I would like from you, Fang, is a stealth check.
Do you want it hidden?
Yes, please.
Okay. If it's not good, I'll hero point it.
Do I have to tell you?
I mean, I guess it's up to you. I don't know how I would have no way of knowing. I'm not gonna hero point if I don't know if it's good or not.
I cannot say. Would you let me
Alright,
describe the
that's it.
environment? Very well. Okay. As you stride up to a small branch that you can hide behind and look in between these two pieces of shrubbery, a path you've taken before to cross the Dawnstep Bridge, the Jenkins let out a cacophony of laughters and spittles as they begin to point towards the people who are starting forth. Tell me, as the four of you, it looks like, begin to move up on this supposed gurgle gut, who is leading? Who is holding themselves? Actually, let's just take this as a whole scene. It looks like Ross and Jobin, you're taking the front. Jobin, how do you look as you do this? What is this being as it looks at you with its great sickly eye seeing?
So, Jobin has his wearing his typical normal explorer's clothes, just normal outdoor clothes. Nothing very special. Nothing very like fancy or at all either. Very simple. He has his glasses on. They're a little bit foggy and a little bit off kilter because he's a bit nervous, and he has a concerned look on his face.
The glossy eye looks towards you, Jobin, and you can see he definitely is eyeing your jawline, maybe even your cheeks, and you see it lick its lips at the draught of sake that is clearly empty at its side as it remarks you. Standing stoically behind, tell me, how do you look, Cien?
Also a little nervous. He stands behind Jobin to give him some support because he knows that Jobin is a little bit more nervous on the outside, at least, than Cien is. And he has his green cloak pulled to the side over where his sword would be so that he has easy access to it if necessary. But he is waiting for Jobin and Roz to take the lead, as you will.
As Gurglegut's eye, I suppose, kind of moves over towards you, you can see he's lifted up the sake jug, clearly has forgotten that it's empty, and lets out a groan of annoyance, but seems captivated by your brow and forehead, perhaps your eyeball. His eye then brushes upwards to see the taller figure beside you, of Kitai. I assume you are not so nervous.
If she was, it would be difficult to tell because of the mask she wears. But she is definitely standing as an imposing figure behind both her brother and Jobin. And she has a hand on her sheathed katana and is ready to fight if it is required.
Is your mouth visible on your stomach?
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay. You see its hand twitches as it almost begins to pick out each of your teeth through your stomach. A larger lip. You see it almost makes a slurping sound when it sees any remnant of the thing that resides within your stomach. But it holds its kukri close, as though it recognizes you at some sort of threat, before it moves on to Ross.
Was still damp in the dew from the morning, but has a wet pipe into his mouth as he draws in a deep breath of the smoke, letting it out slowly as they approach.
He looks at you and remarks at your arms. As you have rolled up sleeves, you almost get the feeling that you're showing a bit too much flesh to this creature. But in a woefully tasteful way, quite literally. And you all watch as that eye pushes on from you all. From here to here to here. And you carefully watch as its great eyeball glances over the ferns that Fang hides behind. And it sees nothing and continues walking. As its lanky legs make their way forward, you hear, those of you that can't understand it, and it holds up its bottle and jug towards you all.
I kind of nudge both Jobin and Brass forward.
Jobin, wonder what does he want?
Greetings. Did we have his name ourselves, but did we hear his name in character?
Yes, you heard it from the Jingans.
Okay. Greetings, great Gurgle Gut.
You say this in Fey?
Yes.
You speak the language of plants.
Yes, I do.
Stand tall like a tree before I cut you down.
When he says that, there's gonna be a obvious tale of like a bit distress from Jobin, as he kind of whispers to Ross what he just said.
Jobin, did the villagers let him in? Or did he come in with the fog?
What were you invited to our village?
The creature begins to sing and wave its hand through the air with the jug before it throws it at your feet, Jobin. And the shards splatter across and dance across your leg, dangerously, almost breaking or carving your leg with the pottery. The force that this thing threw down, just here to have it shatter towards you all, you recognize as a supernatural strength beyond what you were expecting from a lanky frame. Use my language with confidence. Ask one question. I ask one question.
Okay. Were you invited to our humble village?
He begins to swing his arms lazily around, back behind him towards the bridge, towards blood splatters. Couldn't tell. They don't speak like us, but from the way that they yelped when I tugged at their lungs, spattering. I could only accept it as a yes. More. The creature then begins to chuckle and shrug. They didn't say no. Were you sent here to kill me?
He's gonna look around at everybody. Says, "No, we live in this village. This is our home."
Fang, do you want to roll me a stealth check?
Yeah.
Have you begun casting?
No, I'm still a fox. I'm kind of waiting for
You're
your
waiting?
cues. No, I'm ready to transform.
Oh, that's a good question. Do you guys have a signal for Fang?
I think
I don't
Fang
think-
is our signal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fang is our
Yeah.
signal.
Okay.
So when Fang transforms and starts, well, that's when we'll start.
Okay. This. Oh. He begins to look around, left and right.
Oh, that's not hidden.
That's okay. Did I eat your friends? Fang, your transformation goes unnoticed. It seems woefully curious about what Jobin's just said.
Okay.
What's he saying, Jobin?
He said, he's asking if he ate our friends. He asked me if we were sent to kill him. If we were sent to kill him, I said no. We live here, and he asked if he ate our friends. And looking around, Jobin just spent a lot of time walking around the village and observing people. So I'm pretty sure if he looks at any of the rags and any of the blood, is there like any like noticeable like obvious this is owned by a villager type of thing?
All of those clothes and rags seem to have been owned by somebody. There are bones that are decorated around the throne. Clearly, Gurglegut's been eating people, but there's not enough left of flesh immediately to pick anything out. But you're welcome to give me a perception check.
I'll let him do that. As soon as I start casting the spell, it's gonna be like super noticeable. So
Perception.
Jobin, you can ask him to describe who he ate as he draws in a deep breath of smoke. I cast Read the Air.
Okay.
So,
Jobin,
mhm.
with your roll, hard to tell. Clearly, things have been taken from so many people, you're unsure. But you're able to perceive that Gurglegut is trying to read you, trying to see if there's any buckle in your eyes. You feel as though if you look away from him from too long, or the party looks away from him for too long, he will rush you.
Jobin will say, it looks like you did, and we don't really appreciate that.
I'll start casting the spell then.
Yeah. As he said that in Fae, but he said it in a very loud voice. So hopefully, it's the signal for Fang.
Okay. You gather magical energy into your palm, forming it into concentrated electricity. Okay. There is a rumbling that begins to come from the side here. A rumbling that you could almost, you think perhaps, Fang, without you being seen, disguise as distant thunder in the sky. With your stealth check, it would seem as though Gurglegut turns his head towards the sound, as do the Jenkins, while let out, but none of them see you. Gurglegut's nose kind of runs into the air. It begins to dribble with some kind of liquid.
No rain. No storm. What is this? No. Tasty. Where is more of this?
He points towards the last remnants of alcohol that's on the floor that's now stinking around the area.
Dead plant juice. It makes me feel delicious.
I will kind of look over at Ji-Yin with her hand in her katana, like she's waiting for the go ahead from it.
Yeah.
So
when
think,
Jobin yelled that, and I heard the thunder, he would have took out his staff.
I think a round in Pathfinder is 10 seconds, right? So
6 seconds.
Oh, it's
Still
6.
six.
So it would take 12 seconds for me to finish this spell.
Oh, okay. He didn't seem to understand that you're casting it.
Okay, then are you just... I could get off the 6 action cast is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at?
Yeah. If this is going to be... He's
Okay.
pointing towards you, asking a question. Jobin, you pull out your staff.
Yeah, like as soon as I heard the thunder crackling, and as soon as the thunder goes off, he's gonna pull out his staff because he what's going on, at least on our end.
I draw my
Perfect.
katana.
All right.
I'm trying to find the...
I apologize. When you said 6 action, for some reason I thought 6 rounds.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So, as he points towards you, clearly unfazed about the sound of distant thunder beside him, suddenly there is a pulse, a boom that comes from the forestry. Lightning begins to dance along the branches, lighting it up, and suddenly a small beam flows out before exploding. I assume?
Yeah, it's very much like spirit bomby. Like he kind of like holds up his palm. He's behind the tree. The electricity just like starts gathering from the air and the sky around him into the palm, and he just kind of like throws it out at all of his little minions in the back here.
Excellent.
Can I make a suggestion?
Go for it.
If you target this one right here, I think you'll be able to hit both the big boy and hit all of them in the back as well. If you'd like, just move the.
Nah,
Maybe
it's
I'm a liar.
it's just too
Kidding.
small.
Kidding, I'm a liar. Sorry.
It's okay.
All right. As the lightning dances out, you watch as it goes past Gurglegut, and Gurglegut's so drunk that it goes, and it's a good 2 seconds, 3 seconds before his eye finally begins to turn around to notice this. And he'll only see the wake of the explosion. So it's a reflex save on all of them, right?
Yeah, but all of those guys in the back.
Perfect. Let's see here. They are fast little shits. That is for sure. But I believe successes still hurt them, right? Oh,
They would
shit.
take half on a success.
Perfect.
And the main target,
Is dazzled.
2 rounds if you cast.
I would say that they are all off guard. Is that a -2?
Yeah, that'll be a -2 to their reflex. Yeah, since I'm hidden, they would be all
AC
off guard. Yep.
Does off guard affect
Oh
reflex
no,
saves? No, just AC.
I don't think it affects
Perfect.
reflex. Cover affects reflex.
Perfect. Okay. So I'll go through.
So it's 3d6 on the main target, and then 2d6 on everybody around it.
Thank you.
This one's the main
couldn't
target?
Find that part.
Yeah. So I guess your main target was this one, right?
I'll say he was the
Yeah.
first guy.
Yeah, the guy in the middle was the main target. So here, I'm gonna just click out 2d6.
For the rest of them?
Yeah.
No worries. Okay, as the blast goes out, for one, you can take a hero point for an awesome, dazzling display.
Cool
But
guy.
then we're going to be half damage on the main one, which is the one that got struck. And then the rest of them are going to take the 4 damage. Halved would be 2. So the only one that will fail to take 4 would be this one. I think I can just do this. Oh, that's the one. Perfect. Half, 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 full. And no damage on the ones that critically success,
Yeah,
correct?
if they critically succeed, yeah. no
Excellent.
damage.
As
If
this
they
blast flies out and hits. You said if they fail, they also are dazzled? Or
I think if
On the
it's
main
only
one,
if
looks like.
only. Dang, this
Said on a
spell is so hard
success,
to read.
on a success, you deal 3d6 damage. On a critical success, the target takes double damage and is dazzled. So
Okay.
the main target is you target their AC, you hit them with the 3d6. If you
Oh
critically
my
hit them, they
God.
get dazzled, and then everybody else takes 2d6 around them.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I've never seen a spell.
no worries. Do you want to roll to hit the AC of that main Jinkin then?
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta do an attack roll for the main Jinkin.
Yeah, it's not a part of the spell, so I'm gonna just roll a spell attack.
No worries.
Would that just be spell DC?
If you have a cantrip that does an attack roll, you can just hit that real quick.
Yeah, sure, we'll just do that. It
15
would've been
will
a-
miss.
Well, if he was off guard, it would be 17.
Perfect,
Well,
17.
He'd have the -2.
17 is exactly what you need to hit him.
Okay.
So-
then that one would have been a. Yeah, I think
Yep,
we got it all.
I got it all right. So as the rest of them take damage, you notice that these Jingins are hardy creatures. They're fast, and as they take these hits, they seem relatively fine body-wise. But as they're hit, you hear them all let out, and they begin to scramble around in their clothing, and all of them turn around and run.
Success.
As Gurglegut turns around and sees them all walk away, you hear the ramblings of before he swings around with his kukri. And you all are rushing him, I assume.
Yeah.
Well, at least Katai does.
I would even say he's turned around whenever you guys begin to rush him. And the Jinkins will flee.
I'll deal with them later.
And we'll begin our first boss encounter of the campaign.
Boy. Nice job, Remy.
Thank you. I'm sorry it was a little rough out the gate with that spell.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
We're
first
learning.
time casting it. Yeah, we're learning.
All right. Let's get Gurglegut's custom music.
Well, I guess I was talking to him at the beginning.
Gurgleguts
So
custom. Oh, he's got the boss health bar.
oh boy, he got the boss health bar.
I love that mod.
All right. Wow, you guys rolled great. Actually, well done. All right, we're going to start this off with Katai.
Really?
Nope. I lied to you.
Okay. I was like,
I
I'm
saw it
pretty
at the
sure. I was
top.
like,
At the
no.
top, it was different. It was different. Feng, it's you to begin this. After your shooting blast of lightning and thunder, you see all of the Jenkins running away. And you look ahead. Gurglegut has his back turned. What do you do?
Yeah, so like he's still got like the sparks in his hand, and he kind of like pulls that all together and like ignites it into like a little ball of fire, and he will go ahead and just cast ignition on it. Am I? Oh wait, am I not in range?
Yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta do
Okay,
one step forward.
I'll stride out of the tree with my first action, and then I'll roll that attack. So
Perfect.
21.
21 will absolutely hit the creature as you strike him into the back with flames.
Just for 2.
And he will just slowly turn around as it seems to take him a moment to realize he's been hit.
And that's everything I got.
All right. Ross.
Well, he's free, or his minions are. We're targeted, and we'll cast Soul Siphon.
All right. Fortitude save?
Yes, Fortitude save.
Perfect. He will smash it with a 24.
Alright, you'll take half damage.
One damage?
Yep.
Perfect.
And my remaining 2 actions, I will cast Bless.
Ooh, that's interesting. It automatically applied it.
And that's my turn.
All right. Joben.
All right. Jovid's gonna turn around like he's getting ready to, back up and run away. He's gonna see Yin there, and he's gonna see that the cloak was moved out of the way for his weapon, where he's getting ready to draw it. He's gonna say, "Can I touch that for a second?" He's
Yes,
gonna
you
go
may.
ahead. Go ahead, turn around. Go ahead and cast spell. You go ahead and cast magic weapon on Yin. Go ahead and just drag that thing on you and let you pick it. All right, got it. And then one action left. He's gonna turn around and now that he's like talked to him for a little bit and seen him walk around and stuff like that, he's gonna do another call knowledge on Gurglegut.
Okay.
If you can find anything about maybe he's off balance or anything like that. So where's basic recall knowledge? What he's looking at to see if he's hardier than he is dexterous. Is he like what would be the best thing to hit him with in terms of saves?
Okay. You can tell from his slackish movements he is tall, lanky, strong, and magical. The best thing to target likely for this drunken creature would be its speed. If you can catch it off guard with reflexes, they are down, whether or not from being drunk or Bussos in general.
All right. She'll say he's very sluggish because of the alcohol, I think. See if you can trip him up, and he'll end his turn.
Perfect. Gurglegut will wave out after being struck twice in the back, and it doesn't seem to register in the being's mind. It yells out towards the bridge. It begins to make its hands into its pockets to look for something, and then clangs the side of its own head with the kukri's hilt. And it will drop its second status by 2. With a critical success, I believe.
Ah,
Yeah, that's what that means.
damn it.
No one panic.
As its eye turns back around, instead of seeing this sluggish, dead eye, you see something far more sinister. Its eye dilates as it looks at you, Katai. It looks between all of your muscles, every piece that it could bite into and rip flesh from bone. And as it does, it will attempt to demoralize you.
Oh shit. Alright. My DC is 18.
It's a charisma, right?
Yes, it's an intimidation charisma.
Perfect. He is
Ooh,
not very intimidating in a drunken
That's a-
state.
that is a critical failure.
Mhm.
I don't think anything happens to him on a critical failure. I think you just can't do it to me again.
Perfect. He will look you up and down. Oh, thank you.
He also had a -4 to that in addition. Unless he had a feat that says otherwise. Because we don't share the same language.
Oh, perfect. It's a -2 then.
Awesome. Cool.
You are not surprised that the monster that eats flesh wants to eat your flesh.
Shocker.
And- It will stride towards you because you look the tastiest,
They am pretty tasty.
beginning to hold up its kukri to choose where to butcher you. But that's its turn.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and cast a spell. This is a manipulate action, I believe, though, so he has a reactive strike.
He sure does not.
Awesome. So glad. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cycle of Retribution. And it's a DC 16 will saving throw from him.
Will save?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, damn.
24.
That's not a critical success, just a success. The next time the target takes a hostile action, the target takes 1d4 mental damage. So next time he tries to attack me.
Perfect.
So as my third action, I'm then going to attempt to trip him.
All right. Athletics versus Fortitude DC.
I think so.
Perfect. Whenever you're ready.
When I roll it, it'll tell me.
Mm-hmm. You bring your arm against the side of its leg, and you find that it is easily toppable like a birch tree. You swing one leg out from the other, and he falls down to the ground. Prone.
And I look over at Fang. Kind of motion for him to start stabbing it on the ground.
You look at me while you start stabbing it?
No, sorry, I'm still learning character names. I'm sorry, I meant Shi Ying.
All right. As it hits the ground, Katai, you look down and it's begun to sing. Go on, Cian.
Cian gives Jobin a quick nod and then focuses at the matter at hand. And the first thing he will do is our soon-to-be spammable hunt prey. Is my weapon assumed to be out or not?
I would assume it was out while the thing was being cast and he was turned around.
Okay, then I will stride towards it. And he will strike.
Perfect. Take your swing. That will hit, but it won't be a critical success. Alright, the eye suddenly goes wide as you firmly plant into a vital spot between his sternum, your blade, which glows with snaking magical runes. That definitely hurt him.
Look at that, how far go.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Feng.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna just hear a loud crackling of thunder as I cast Tempest Surge on him.
Ooh.
He starts getting surrounded in violent winds and crackling lightning.
And he will be buffeted by it.
Awesome. He takes 1 point of damage and is clumsy too.
Poor Cian. So much lightning going off.
He's having a great time up there in the front line.
Alright.
And with my last action, I will raise my shield.
Perfect. Rosts.
I will target Cian and Gurglegut. And I will cast Forbidding Ward.
Is that your turn?
I'm trying to figure out the rest of this. Sorry, I'm checking if something is 1 or 2 actions. Can I sense motive to see if who he's more likely to attack?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we will do that then.
He seems incredibly motivatedly interested now in Cian. Noticing his arm. You can watch as, even though this being's being stabbed into its sternum, it's looking at his flexed arm as though it is something to be bitten and ripped off, like a rib. Tenderized and juicy. He seems intent on attacking those with the highest constitution. So either Katai or Cian.
Alright, I'll keep that to myself. That's the end of my turn.
Alright. Jobin.
Jobin's gonna step over to here. Stride first over to here.
Mhm.
And then you're gonna see him actually I gotta figure out what is my bonded item. I gotta pick that out. My little notebook. You're gonna see him actually it's going to be a bookmark in his notebook. He's gonna, in his spell book, he's going to touch the charm that's in there, and as a free action, he's gonna activate his bonded item, brain bonded item, and then turn to Katai and says, 1 second, and he's gonna point towards her katana, and he's gonna be casting runic weapon again.
Thank you.
Excellent. More magic slithers from your bonded item and flows onto the katana. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Gurgle Gut will take a moment, and even though he's down on the ground, he's going to take his kukri and smack the side of his head. And all of his drunkenness is gone. He will then stand up. I believe that's an action, correct?
Yes. One action.
And how long does Clumsy last for? Every your turn?
Let's see. It'll say in the spell.
1 round.
I think it's my turn though.
Perfect. You notice as it places one arm at an awkward angle below its back and pushes, and its arm is so lanky that it's able to rise to its full height without taking the arm off the ground, before it finally steeples up the leg that you snapped over to the side, swings around the kukri in a wide overhanging arc towards Cian. Cian, it will strike you. For a 24?
You got me.
All right. You feel a slash down the side of your arm, and your blood pools as it hits the floor. You take 12 slashing damage. You see it try desperately to coat as much of its kukri in your blood as possible before it drops that blade into its mouth like a lollipop and begin to slurp. Katai.
Disgusting. I'm gonna make an attack roll at it with my katana.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. Blast and runic weapon.
That will do it.
Nine. And then I'm going to use my last 2 actions, and I'm going to 2 action heal Sheehan.
You
Excellent.
don't have to if you don't want to, because I've got a heal.
I got a lot of heals. I mean,
Okay,
I still have
that's
3 more
fine.
left, so it's not like I got a good chunk.
It is slashed where it takes the kukri out of its mouth and looks down towards its own wounds.
Awesome. You can heal for me.
9 is a good amount.
For a 1 in the die, yeah, it's pretty good.
It looks offended that you would close up those wounds. That tasty, delicious, bountiful fruit that it has worked for, Katai, it's now definitely focusing on you.
I prepare myself, and it's my turn.
All right. Cian.
Well, now that his attention is on Katai, I will step over here
Okay.
so that he is off guard. He will do a swift little hand motion over his weapon and cast gravity weapon. And then he will strike. Oh, shame. I'm probably going to hero point that, though.
All right.
I'll take that.
That will be a critical hit.
Fantastic. Kill him.
Oh my. Excuse me?
Hey, it's Ranger, guys. Plus
love
magic
Ranger.
weapon.
Yeah.
Magic weapon plus gravity weapon plus
Plus
Crit.
runic. Yeah.
welcome to Pathfinder.
All right. So as you rear back, getting behind the creature, its kukri in its mouth, sheathed in it almost, around its lips, it looks towards Katai in anger. And, Cian, how do you want to do this?
He takes his long sword, it starts low, and this creature's fairly tall, if I remember right,
Oh,
and
yes.
just brings his blade up and is The creature looks away from him, decapitates him, and the head falls forward.
Excellent. The slash goes through, and there is a pulse of magic that slithers around the neck, almost bracing it to be opened. And then there is a pulse as though its body and, I imagine, gravity is changed. It floats up for a moment before just sliding forward to the ground. The eye twitches to look in multiple directions, and the moment hits it that it looks towards its own body with its great eye. The kukri still in its mouth, and its face contorts into a face of disappointment and terror. As suddenly it goes slack. The body leans and falls forward to Katai. I assume, Katai, either you strike it down or you just push it to the ground.
I step out of the way and let it just kind of flop.
Excellent. It flops onto the ground right in front of you, Joben.
Jobin kind of like lifts up a foot and like his hands and steps back a bit in his square.
And it is dead.
I did this.
Cian looks right at Jobin as they're parallel for each other and just nods with a smile on his face.
He pushes up his glasses and nods back. Ugh.
Vile
All those things
creature.
went and ran into the village.
Should we give chase to them? Or do you think we would prefer to regroup at the estate?
The estate is across the river.
The estate is down south from us. The Matsuki
Does
estate.
anyone know what they'll do without this creature leading them?
I don't know.
Does Cian know if there's a place where the North Shore residents would go in an emergency?
North side? You can give me a, let's say, recall knowledge or a Willowshore lore check. In times like this, from what you've seen, none of the buildings really in the north side have been known for such a task to be able to hold against this thing. You would know, however, probably the most safest position might be the governor's estate.
It's likely the estate.
Rather than Matsuki's estate, which is here on south side.
Sorry, there's two estates.
I think there's like 3 estates.
Mm-hmm.
there's a bunch.
I think Granny Who has one, and then
Yeah.
Matsuki and the governor.
First things first, though. Where is the Eternal Lantern?
It is there. This.
Oh, I run over to it.
Okay.
Jobin's there too.
It is dim and empty, and as you make your way up towards this 5-foot-tall stone lamp, carved with silver-laced granite, you remember your mother telling you, straight from the Gossamer Mountains. You look inside its interior, which contains a cold iron cage with a lotus-shaped pedestal, on which should be sitting 3 glowing copper coins, placed there by none other than Master Zi Hui. But they are missing. Gone. The lantern lies empty.
Zihui was the one who founded the monastery. Am I misremembering?
That is correct.
Okay. So it can't be lit by regular oil means.
It is lit by coins. 3 coins, blessed by the gods.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to Gurglegut and see if he has any coins on him.
Okay. You reach into the sides of Gurglegut. There is a finger, freshly gnawed, an eyeball, which looks as though its optical nerve has been properly sucked on like a noodle with sauce. But
Another
yes, Amongst these, the reek you find within, the stench of innocent blood, which you can tell was from the innocent, are 3 ancient, familiar copper coins. And you know, just by holding them, Katai, they are blessed no more.
Oh. I will
They are in
hold
your
them
inventory.
in my hand and just kind of press them to my heart, and I will just say a prayer.
Okay. There's a blood stain that's left on your tattered bandages. And as you whisper a prayer, who do you call to?
Chizuru.
Nothing. No dawn peeks through this mist. Ross? Looks like you've moved up towards the throne, correct?
Yes, just kind of take note of what's been collected here. Maybe that would tell us where they got these items. If it was all from the south side or maybe the north side.
You're welcome to peruse. I'll describe them to you. For one, there is one thing that is familiar. Perhaps Jobin, you, as Ross kind of picks through and finds it, recognize a silver scepter set with semi-precious stones. I will throw it into your stash, if that's all right. You recognize this straight from the mother's coil. The second thing, Ross, is something more familiar to you. While it is magical, you know it to be something used mostly at the theater, for parlor tricks, and sometimes defense of Willowshore if needed. A deck of cards laced with the lattice work of Nethys. A cantrip deck, full and sealed. Perfect for any magical parlor tricks, or any non-casters to use magic themselves. All of it is added to your stash, but I have given Katai the coins.
Seeing the deck, where's the seven-colored Songbird Theater located? In respect of where we're at currently?
North side.
Raz would hold up the deck towards Jobin. This is probably peppered from the theater on the north side. I know we'd probably go to the estate, but I'm worried if we let them plunder more, whoever hasn't been evacuated could be in danger. Whether or not to let them run wild. Can Rasu recall knowledge on the chickens? Like what are their tendencies?
Jenkins, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right. Sadistic creatures as they are. They are from a family known as gremlins. They're cruel fate tricksters and saboteurs who have fully acclimated to life on the material plane. This likely leads credence, Ross, in why they saw this Busso as a leader. Nonetheless, they find distinct niches for their inventful destructiveness. See, gremlins, on all kinds, love ruining or breaking things. But Jenkins love to steal and sabotage the item, and take great pride in their power to curse precious objects. They hold grudges and can create convoluted plans for revenge whenever they feel slighted against anyone, such as when a creature dares to remove one of their curses from an object they've placed one on. Rarely are they content to wreak simple mayhem. They also take immense pleasure in torture and murder, though they prefer to lead their victims into traps rather than to kill them outright. They like to capture and incapacitate. Deep pits are a favorite. Falling face to a slow death of starvation and thirst is something they enjoy. And often you've heard stories of people looking up from the pits and seeing Jenkins mocking, teasing, and tormenting days, until eventually they die from one of the other.
Raz, rising to his feet from the pile of rubble, it's Jenkins, murderers, thieves, and curse makers. Best not to have them running about the town.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted before, but yeah, when you showed him that the deck was from the theater on the north, Jobin would have showed you the scepter and said, "This is from my home." And he's gonna like look through like the bones and stuff like that and see if he sees anything that find any resemblance from his sister, or whether it's like maybe like hopefully it's not there, but like flesh with a tattoo of a snake on it or anything like that.
Give me perception, or if it's here, investigation.
I believe there's only perception in this system.
It would just be perception.
Jobin, you're confident as you run through it. Flesh from guards, flesh from villagers. You recognize pieces of broken debris from almost every section of town. But you know that this small grouping of Jenkins, it's too small. You get the feeling, Jobin, that this wasn't the only Jenkins. That there might be dozens of them within Willowshore. All of them that were heading back to drop their belongings off here. All of it is useless to you as it is cookingware, and whatever blades they could take, they likely took with them when they ran.
Okay.
Do you see any blacksmith supplies in there?
No, just cookware, and if there's anything that could be used to harm, maybe they took it with them, but mostly just mundane, everyday items. And she's gonna look up at Ross and says, "They're known to curse stuff."
Can I tell if these coins have been cursed?
I would say
So
give me a
same thing,
religion
but
check.
Looking at the scepter too as well.
Mm-hmm. Joe, give me a religion check too. I'm not sure if Ross is here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Katai, you're not sure. It's hard to tell. It's not that it's something that you could smell. Curses are devious, difficult.
Sorry.
It's all right. The same goes for you, Jobin. You wouldn't be able to tell if there was a curse on it. You wouldn't know what to look for a Jenkin. Little cruel, sadistic things every once in a while, maybe fake gems. You don't know. You can't tell. But from the sounds that you can hear, it sounds as though the north side is far more filled with creatures than this one. South side is less populated after all.
Which estate are we closer to?
Matsuki's is still like a while down the south side. No, we're not on the map, but it's like at the end of town.
Would you say we've spent 10 minutes here post-fight?
If you think that you've been spending your 10 minutes, then I would say likely. But if that is the case, let me make a roll quick.
Yeah, I'd just like to refocus real quick.
As you stand here in the street near the bridge, Fang, you can't help but feel as though you are being watched. You can't help but feel as though there are things moving about, things beyond your vision in this mysterious mist that you should be able to see through, that are keeping an eye on you guys. You definitely don't feel safe where you're at right now.
Or we should be waiting out here in open like this.
Well, let's head north then.
I think the other state is closer.
Do you live around here?
Yeah, yes. I was about to say, I want to go check on my dad, who lives right here, real quick, and see if he's there, or maybe he evacuated.
Okay. Are you voicing that to the party, or are you saying that to me?
Yes, I do say, I'm gonna go check the house over here. And before I walk over, I look at Ras and I tell him, stay.
I don't have any plans to meet father. I highly doubt he kicked the bucket over this.
Ty will quietly just turn around and head up to the house.
Okay. Simple enough, as you begin to make your way forward, you can see a swirling symbol made into the actual wood of the door. As though the tree that this was carved from had this swirling knot inside of it. And as you approach the door, tell me, what are some trinkets, some memories, as you look at the decorations on your house?
So there's definitely like good amount of wood carvings done by both Katai, her father, and her mother, that are in honor of Shizuru, and lots of just dawn kind of paintings of the early morning sun. There's also probably a good amount of wind chimes in the area. Kind of keep an eye on the wind, that every so often the fog maybe shifts a little, and the wind chimes themselves give off a very eerie sounding noise. Katai starts to move through the house. She's not call out or anything. She wants to keep herself quiet, but she will look around.
Okay. You find the door locked.
Oh. Damn. I guess I would probably have a key. I live here, so worst comes to worst, I'm not afraid to bust down the door.
Okay. You bring out your key, and you slot it in. As you do, it churns, clicks, and you slide the door to the right.
Yes.
All right. The horrors of the other houses that you've seen, you wait for the destruction that is wrought within. But instead you find yourself home. A small fireplace crackling with wood. You see laundry. you see all of your trinkets, cookware, houseware, clothing, your first chiseling of a totem. It's all here. And the vague shape of an older orc sits in front of the fireplace, kneeling down in front of it, in quiet meditation.
I let out a grunt. Try to get his attention so I don't call his name.
There is no response.
I will walk up and I will kneel beside him, next to the fire.
Mm-hmm. You see his eyes as they stare into it. His eyes reflect the flames, but you see no real life behind his eyes.
He's breathing, right?
You wait a moment. Do you place a hand on him?
Yeah, I do. I just very, very carefully do place a hand and I make sure he's, like, real and breathing.
As your hand touches cloth, you feel the vague warmth of flesh underneath, and his eye turns towards you as he takes an inhalation of surprise. Good
You are
time.
well.
You are injured. Why?
Danger in town. You should remain indoors until the danger is past.
I heard knocking.
Do not answer the door. I will return soon.
Mm-hmm.
He gives a soft nod.
Be well, and I will stand up.
Bring in the line.
I'm about to walk out the door, but I stop.
He gestures towards the drying line just outside the window.
I think about those creatures who ran to town, and how we should probably go stop them, and I'm being told to do laundry. And I will begrudgingly go in and bring in the laundry.
Okay. You go around the side of the house to grab the line and to untie it from the tree, or to just pull them off because you're tall enough now these days. And you stand beside the river. The rest of the party, I have to ask, are you guys watching Kitai do this, or are you guys regrouping and taking a 10-minute rest by the bridge?
I have no interest in watching Katai do laundry. I am taking a 10-minute rest beside the bridge.
I would say we should probably maybe take the rest like right outside, not on the road in the middle of the bridge.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Whereas we're doing them.
Very well. As you guys watch Kitai leave the house to go pull off laundry from a line, Ross, you watch as your sister begins to do such chores at the behest, likely of father. And as you walk by the river, and the sound begins to lap at your feet, you can feel the moisture, Kitai, underneath your sandals. You hear an echo from the water. Your mother's voice.
I definitely ignore it. Do not even bother looking. I know better than to fuck with the water. So I will just bring everything inside as quickly as I can.
Okay. As you continue to do so, you hear bubbling. Her voice goes from a gentle cry of Kitai to Kitai? Kitai? Please? I can't breathe.
Fold the shirt. And then I tuck it under my arm.
You feel warmth. As you tuck the shirt under your arm and look down away from the river, you watch as the soil around you begins to fill with blood. Like a vein of runoff babbling brook. And as it courses through your sandals and grows up to your ankles, give me a reflex save. As the sucking, gory mud begins to pull you away.
Oh, I made it hidden.
I'll reveal it. You vaguely see a familiar hand of blood reach up to grab you. You can see it's desperate, as though it wants to pull you in for help. Like you're the last thing that could save them. But with a 21, you can get out of the sucking, slurping mud that bubbles even on your own feet. What does this look like as you avoid this attack?
I pull my leg out of it. I do my best not to even look in the direction of what's happening, but composure is very difficult to keep, especially with everything that just happened. And she will just keep her head down and just mutter some prayers under her breath. Foul spirit, I have no need for your influence. Be gone.
The voice fades out as though it is drowned by the distance, and the bloody morass, after a few good strides, is behind you.
And I will return to inside, put the laundry down. I will not speak to my father anymore. I will just put it down and leave and make sure I lock the door behind me.
Do you take your treasure? As you can
Yeah.
see, he has placed it beside him.
I will take it and I will give him a bow. We'll thank him.
Okay. He doesn't seem perturbed. As you walk out the house and lock it, you can make it back to your party. The rest of you can take your 10-minute refocusing and rests. What you saw, if you did see it, that's entirely up to you.
So as I like refocus and like commune with the nature and stuff, I'm really like focused on this mist. I kind of want to discern if it's like magical or like magically influenced, or if it's just a natural occurrence at a really bad time.
All right. I think with a 10-minute refocusing and just taking some moment, I'm not going to even ask you for a roll. I think that you'd be able to tell, or at least come to the deduction, that it is a magical influence.
Okay. I'll kind of mutter that to Jobin.
You know, Fang, that
Jobin,
you
go ahead.
know, Fang, that weather like this shouldn't be around for a while, not this bad, and definitely not during the summer. The winter is what's horrible here in Willowshore.
Yeah, I'll just kind of say to Jobin, the mist should have broke by now. This is magic at work.
Well, of course, the lantern's out. Don't you know the story? The poem?
I don't try to remember all those mutterances.
Well, with the lantern out, the fog set in and monsters come. Of course it's magic.
The lantern just needs to be lit then.
Well, I've never lit in a lantern before. I don't know how you do that. It must be. I'm pretty sure Katai knows. She's spent most of her life here, working on it.
You mean standing by a ever-glowing lantern, doing nothing?
Oof. Take a hero point.
Yeah. Oof. Jeez.
I mean, sure, but also it's important.
It is a honor.
I bet if she was standing here instead of going out, we probably wouldn't be in this situation, maybe.
Don't remind me.
Who knows?
I will rejoin the party at this point.
Hey,
Hello.
Jobin's gonna kind of stutter for a bit and say, "I didn't mean it in a bad way. I mean, we both had to go do the. Either way, yeah, we gotta figure out a way to relight this lantern. It's very monsters and it's not good.
The lantern's light comes from these coins blessed by the gods. They have lost their blessing. They need to be re-blessed or reformed.
No. So we should take them to the Lady of Souls then. She can bless them.
That would be one option. Do I know what god blessed these lanterns, these lantern coins originally?
Give me a Willowshore lore check.
Jobin will join in with that.
Me
Oh, I
roll
need a-
private, so you can give us fake information.
Okay. Anyone else want to add to that? Very well. The stories that were told of the three blessings that were given by Master Zihui are mixed, to say the least. Such lore that both of you would realize wouldn't be known by many. Neither of you know that tale in particular. You only know that it was blessed by three gods. But you'd know that someone who has been or was around during such a time would know, such as old Matsuki. And perhaps, as Jobin, you think on it, you've seen him linger around the lantern often. He may even know how to get the blessings themselves.
Old Matsuki used to work, or was an apprentice, at the monastery in the west. We will have to ask him, but for now, we should go to the estate in the north to make sure everyone is all set and check on your families. And to chase those little gremlins.
So, as I was saying earlier, this lantern may have protected us from the mist, but if the mist is here, the lantern going out wouldn't have caused the mist. It's probably summoned by someone or something.
Or the mist is always here, and lanterns has always shielded us from it.
Either way, we should hunt
Well,
down those creatures.
I think the priority should just be solving the mist. And if it's relighting this lantern. That's what we should do.
You prefer us to go see old Matsuki then?
If that's who can light it, then yeah.
You could tell us how to re-bless the coins.
Okay.
And where would he be?
The old Matsuki estate is right down here.
Further down the path. That's where everybody would have probably gone in case of emergency on the south bank.
I would leave the Grinkins to cause havoc on the north side. We could at least notify the guard posts. They could maybe point us where everyone's been rounded up, if they have been.
Well, if this has been happening overnight, they would probably know more than we do already. I
Also,
feel like the best thing we can do is get this lantern down and get the mist away. Maybe that will drive all the
Kitai-
monsters away as well.
Kitai, your father was just at home.
Yes.
Oh, he was in.
Yes.
Then what? Like, these creatures were literally right next to him. Why was he not disturbed?
He is quiet. Probably didn't realize he was there.
Looking across the street, do any of those buildings look to be ransacked? Or is it just our family's home, which is not ransacked on the street?
You take a look. It's a tough realization. But it looks as though it is just your family's home that has not been ransacked.
He mentioned that there was knocking on the door, but he did not answer. As soon as I left the house to go by the river, spirits started assaulting me. Visions.
Do you know if he would have participated in the festival last time?
No.
Crypt, I'd like to think if my sister would have participated in the festival, if she's that kind of person.
Oh, absolutely. The iron pot blacksmith, of course.
We should go west.
If that's what you think is best, then we shall. But for those who live in the north, are you okay going to see old Matsuki? Or going to see if your families are okay?
Yin looks longingly north, but understands that the lantern is more important.
Jobin also looks north too, and also then looks at the scepter that's in his hand. My sister's a much better wielder of magic than me, so I'm sure she can handle herself. We need to get this lantern lit. Hopefully that would drive all the monsters out of the town.
Okay. As soon as we depart from Matsuki's, we will go check on your families. I promise.
Alright, I think we have a consensus. We're gonna go west down the road.
All right.
Do
On the
we
road
wanna
or on the
treat
side?
wounds at all before we go? Are we all good?
Yeah, I could have treated somebody while we were waiting. That 10 minutes while we were. I could have treated somebody.
Yin and I are
Everybody
both
needs
at 18 HP, which is like 3 off, so we're probably fine.
Okay. Do you guys stick to the road or do you guys stick in the farmlands?
I
I think we learned the roads are dangerous.
yeah, I think we'll
Farmlands.
yeah.
Very well.
the south side of the farmland of the road.
Yeah, away, not on the river. Not the riverside.
What's wrong with the river?
Listen, that river's full of ghosts, so I don't wanna. They tried to eat me like 5
That's
minutes ago.
impossible. Ghosts aren't real.
See, he's got me there. Ghosts aren't real.
Yes,
Katai,
just watch your feet for snakes.
perfect. You guys walk around and away from the milling houses, which, while Willowshore has numerous mill houses, including 2 powered by water, 3 by wind, and 10 powered by people or draft animals. All of them are dead. None of the milling houses are going at the moment. And as you move around the rice and farmland, it's eerie. You hear clattering from inside of one of these buildings. You hear a jinkin as it yells out,
I want that one, that's one. Bigger for my size.
before you would hear another one retort and a viper hiss. Do you guys investigate? Or do you leave the multiple Jenkins and their vipers away at the moment?
Drippin looks at Katai and Cian.
He would shake his head no at you and just signal to the direction that we're heading.
It definitely looks like they want to go and fight. They got a hand on their katana.
Party conflict. Do tell.
But she will follow Ian.
Very well.
Yeah, unless Fang hears the screams of like villagers, he's not concerned with like the material houses themselves.
Okay. As houses are exposed to your vision, thanks to the blurry weariness of this mist, it takes you a while to make it. From across the way, you begin to, however, see a familiar place, Ross. Across the street from here, you can see the thrice blessed inn. You can't tell from here, thanks to the mist, if anyone is within. But you can tell that it is, in fact, standing. You don't see any lights in the windows, however, though it is daytime, and the fog makes it difficult. Do you cross the street to head to the thrice blessed inn? Or do you continue moving because you're so close to the estate?
No, let's keep moving.
Very well. Pushing along the way, across homes, you dance between abandoned, small fences, hopping over what you need to. Do you go around this river, below, or across the bridge?
We shouldn't go next to the water.
We should take the bridge. Don't need any of us tripping on the riverbanks.
Alright. Bridge it is.
Okay. As you guys breach into some semblance of gravel road, look left and right, can I get a group perception check? Very, very good. You guys look to see if there is some cyclopean Busso guarding this bridge on a throne, or Jenkins minding it as well. Instead, all you see is a single ectoplasmic green raven, which sits on the bridge. looking towards the north.
It's just sitting there.
It's the same one that you saw, Katai, fly by Jobin, that was sitting on Kawaka's house.
Can I roll what would be the best way to go about this? Like, can we just walk past it as long as we don't acknowledge it?
Treat it like a raven. Like any other bird that would be sitting on the
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah.
You're welcome
If
to
we
roll.
greet it with kindness, it'll not attack us. Yeah, I'll make a religion check. Or would this be a cult?
I would say either will apply, but probably occultism.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot too, since we're talking about it together. Oh, look at that.
Know so much about ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
This incorporeal being, you know, is going to attempt to likely fear one of you, just as it did before. And the best way to handle such a phantom is to treat it with kindness. Do you wish to know more about these beings?
Does anybody have any bread?
I have some in my rations.
Let's give the bird some bread. Treat it with kindness.
Actually, looking at the picture of rations, they actually look like bread.
He hands a chunk to Jobin.
You got this,
Wait.
Jobin.
Wait, why me?
Here, Jobin, hand it over.
You're the hunter.
Raz holds his hand out, expectantly for the piece of bread.
He hands it to Raz.
As Raz heads towards the Raven, Katai, I'm kind of surprised. You always said spirits were, evil.
They are.
This one's not that bad, is it now?
Not yet.
Breaking off pieces of bread as he walks up towards the Raven and will kind of kneel down and toss a few in front of me towards the Raven between us.
As you turn towards it and you toss it towards this being, it kind of hits the ground on the wooden bridge. The raven's head quickly snaps towards you, and you see in its eyes the weeping tears of a person. Give me a diplomacy check.
You want that secret?
No need. Okay. The raven looks down at the gesture, flies, its eyes shimmering with some kind of slick liquid, and as it strikes the ground with its beak to pick up the bread, it simply phases through it. But it doesn't come up the other side. It's gone.
Standing, turning back to everyone. It's all clear. Come on. We're almost there.
Jobin wipes the sweat from his brow.
Yeah, if anyone is like looking at Fang, he's just got like a face of disgust.
Why are you so
Yes,
upset, Fang?
I just don't like it. These
Because it
tricks.
exists, or because it disappeared before your eyes?
I mean, you just wasted bread. That's all I saw.
Well, it's still right there. I'm pretty sure some animal will come and take care of it later.
Fang reaches down and picks up the bread and begins to eat it, and keeps walking.
See?
Jobin was right. So, yeah.
These houses are abandoned, but as you walk across the bridge, nothing disturbs you. But you can see lights over the sides pouring out in thanks to the fog. The walls of Matsuki Estate. And as you begin to encroach upon the sides, you can see the closed gates are being watched by a guard. Most of the various places around here are attacked, dismantled, broken into, but there are a set of 3 dead Jinkins in front of Matsuki Estate, and only 1 dead guard. You see, they look towards you and draw their weapon, but seeing who you are, they wave towards you all. They don't say anything, they just wave quickly.
Come on, you better get inside.
Rush up.
Yeah.
Very well. As you guys rush up and towards the gate, there is a poof poof on the wall. The door creaks as its barments are undone, and the gate opens to a flourishing and beautiful Minkayan estate. You see the ancient traditional springs that run through it, the rocks, the blessings, the woodwork. That is something that almost rivals the Sring houses. As you look across all of these beautiful, bountiful blessings, trinkets, and totems, he's also the only person that has more of these things than the Srings. And as 2 guards look towards you all as you rush in, they will close the door behind you unless you guys stop them.
Oh no, close the door.
Okay. From here, as you look within, you can see bountiful people. Dozens upon dozens of villagers. In the windows, there is light that fills the Matsuki estate. It seems as though you have found haven. There is a guard that stands near the doorway that waves towards you all. Come in! As you guys cross the small bridges.
Inside.
This place is a blur of activity. Many of the rooms as you walk inside are, in fact, converted. They've been cleared and turned into workshops, medical stations, sleeping quarters. There's people everywhere. All of the abandoned homes. Now, you see where their refugees have come. The only pocket of relative calm lies within the banquet hall. As you look within, you can see major figures of South Willowshore. This includes Elizeth, Cho Chung Hu, Yang Wu Zhu, the Iron Pot Blacksmith. You can see Yusojin of Graveside Manors, and Mother Otis, amongst others.
Do we see Matsuki anywhere?
Standing in the middle of all of them, receiving these, and patiently, you can see, taking in all these reports, listening to these folk. is old Metsuki. Right where he should be.
I will push past everyone. I'm big enough to kind of throw my weight around a little bit to get to him.
Absolutely. You see him standing there with a bowl in his hand that he drinks from as he listens to all of these people speaking to him at once. Some recognize you as you walk by through the banquet hall, refugees and commoners, and whisper as though they recognize what this means. New people, some of them eye you with suspicion, some of them with hope. Old Metsuki seems to see you, Katai, as you walk between all of them. I had forgotten that all of you haven't seen all of the various arts for these people, so let me go through. You see Elizeth Candora, the Lady of Souls, who looks concerned, but a look of relief goes over her as she sees Ross. You would see various farmers who all look as though they are in shame or mourning and grief. Among them, though, there is a familiar kitsune with pauldrons of foxes on her shoulders, seemingly working away while speaking on contraptions and workshops to keep the place defended. The local alchemist of Greatside Manors, Yu Sojin, tending to medicinal plants and herbs and medicine for people. And the Reverend Mother Otis as well, as they are continuing to aid others by giving them food and drink. You guys push to the front, and immediately old Metsuki pushes some people away. And a look goes across his face of concern.
Join me.
Old Matsuki, can we have an audience with you in private?
Yes, of course. We have been worried. Any of us.
His eye flickers towards the kitsune, who immediately looks away and continues banging on something.
For all of your safety. Thank you. Truly. You've made it here. With you, well, all of us can feel safer immediately. Come, I'll have Reverend Mother Otis bring you food, drink. There is still leftovers from the festivities. Take your time. Rest. You are safe in my estate. I will join you in a moment so that you may tell me what's happened. What have you seen? Where have you been? And I will tell you of the tragedy that has befallen our village.
Excellent. Does he lead us to like a small side room?
He does. He slides open the door and gestures you in, which, you can see, has small kneeling mats where you all can sit where you wish. And as food is brought in very quickly afterwards, you can see it is various antiquities and food that you guys have been remiss in this short few hours since last night. The smell that hits you of the various spices, it is mouth-watering. Between buns, bao, and meat. Braised and sauced. You can have a proper meal and a proper drink. As tea is given to you all, as Mother Otis gives you a nod, Ross.
I'm glad to see you're all right. Please, sit.
Ross takes a heavy seat. Yes, I'm surprised there's so many of you here.
Oh, this is the safest place in all of South Bank. Where else could we go? The bridge was barred, but I will return soon enough. There is much to speak of. And as they turn and make their way out, they close the door behind you all, where you guys can hear the bustling activity and voices just behind the paper walls. With food and drink in front of you, we'll also take a 15-minute break to have food and drink, so you can prepare for talking to old Mitsuki. That's definitely not why I did that. It's definitely not what I did that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Job is definitely gonna get into this tea.
Tea.
Finally got his morning tea.
Finally.
Finally.
6
Really took
hours
fighting a
late.
boss.
Jeez. All right.
Alright, I'll grab some water. Be right back.
See you guys at 15.
Oh, Crypt.
Mm.
Before you run off.
Mm.
I had a few DMs come across my Discord asking if you had a YouTube channel where you upload videos.
Oh. No?
Okay.
I can.
Responded them a no.
Do you want me? Where should I upload? Should I be uploading them? Like, do you mean my sessions?
Yeah.
No, but I can start uploading this one.
I got a request for someone who was driving and wanted to listen to the first session.
I see. The VODs are public on my channel, which helps. But I can see about getting Season of Ghosts in particular posted on my YouTube channel, because I do have one. I just have nothing posted on it.
Cool. I will, sure they're probably watching or going to watch eventually, so that's their answer, but I will let them know.
Perfect. See you guys in 15. All right. So, you guys find yourselves, instead of being surrounded by the dark environments of Willowshore, the fog, the monstrous voices of the centipedes, the river, which called in familiar names, and even the Jenkins that tried and ran. The ominous feeling still lingers on what has happened to your village, but as you sit, just finishing your food and drink, the tea is middling at best, Jobin. You know that they didn't have the proper environment, nor are you aware that this is a Leshy's brew. Instead, it is something likely whipped together to feel comfort, to kind of fill that nook in many people's hearts. You hear concerned voices just through the walls all around you. And as you finished your various dishes, is there anything you guys wish to speak about alone before old Matsuki makes his way in?
Dang, was that your sister that we saw on the way in?
Yeah.
Good.
That's her. Yeah, it's alright.
I'm glad she's safe.
Finn kind of just nods and sips his tea.
Did you see anyone else? Jobin? Your family?
Sadly, no. I didn't see Kawaka. and I didn't see my sister. But I'm more worried about Quaka, since he lives down here in the south side, and he's not here. I'll probably ask Old Man Mitsuki once he gets in, if he's seen him.
Tai kind of nods and she'll drink the tea.
Okay.
Raz, why didn't you go into your family's house?
Myself and my family have been estranged, distant, not welcome there. Haven't been for many years. My place of residence is at the Twice Blessed Inn nowadays.
Yin nods.
It's his own fault.
We should
You see
see
Joe
if-
and take out his notebook.
I thought you were going to say Jobin sips his tea.
We should have old man send someone to the eastern watchtower to relieve the guard, or we get them back here if everyone's holding up here.
It might be too dangerous. We almost ran into another spirit on our way here, so. It might be best for us to try to get these coins blessed one more time. And light the lantern again.
We'll see what the old man has to say.
We need to also tell him about Ugly Cute.
The door slides open. The sound of people trying to tell old Metsuki questions follows behind him before he closes it with a nod after giving one last retort. As it closes, he'll turn towards you all. With a concerned look, he'll kneel down beside you all.
I hope you got enough to eat.
Yes, thank you.
I assume you did not get your breakfast, as tradition would have allowed. We sent for someone of the Silver Mist Lodges to find you, but they reported you were missing.
We ended up on the wrong side of the forest.
How?
I believe we were carried.
Do you know who would have done such a thing? It is
My current
tradition
theory is
to be
ancient
taken to the
spirits.
west.
Old Metsuki gives you a look, Katai.
Yes. Everything has been stirred. Or worse, wrathful.
I'm surprised we slept through us being moved.
As am I.
And you tell us what happened before we arrived. What happened? What happened to the lantern? What happened to make all those monsters come?
I was hoping to hear your side of the story first. But, to be clear, I am just as lost as you are. The lantern went out. We don't know when, but I believe it is when Busso, who is currently at the bridge, plucked them from its position. There are Jenkins that stay with this being. But we don't know what time it was when the lantern went out. But soon after, everything went to chaos. It was a normal morning. A simple beginning of summer. And then there was people at my gates asking for help, for refuge, guards wanting in. They all thought old Matsuki was mad, blessing my limestone. But this monstrous invasion, I am happy I could provide shelter. We don't know much as what is happening, but I ask for your help in retaking our home.
We've already started.
Yes.
So is no
Managed.
more.
Throw him the coins. Good time.
Yeah, I will take out the coins and then nod to Shiyin as he says that the Busso is no more.
He raises his eyebrows and takes a sip.
I know those coins anywhere. And I know when they have lost their spirit.
We need to seek the gods' blessings for the coins in order to light the lantern once again, right?
Yes. Yes. If it is to be believed, this strange weather, it is caused because the lantern is out. If we could restore it, I believe the mist would part.
How do we do that? How do we reach out to the gods and ask for their blessing?
There are many tales on how Master Zihue had first blessed the 3 copper coins. There are many truths and many fabrications to every story. But in all of them, there is a ritual. It is a prayer. You must pray to a god at their shrine, a very old prayer. And if you are able to, reach out to them. They will bless your coins. After we are done speaking here, it will take me, not more than 10 minutes to teach such talented folk like you such a prayer. But you will need to gain a blessing from 3 separate deities.
I know of a few shrines in town, one of which is Pharasma. Trying to remember the other ones.
Do you wish to... Oh, you would know these, for one. I can just give you the automatic ones. You know that the Abadar Shrine is really close to Matsuki Estate. Daikitsu is at the 9-Ear Shrine. Kofusachi is at the Trade Office. And Pharasma's is at the Cathedral, the Lady of Souls. But you can roll me a recall knowledge check. to see what you know.
Alrighty.
Okay. Jobin, this isn't something that you've been relatively, concerned with, I would say, knowing where each and every shrine is in all of Willowshore. String, Katai in particular, you would know where many of them are. But not all of them. Not all of them.
I think Fang would know where. Let me pronounce this correctly.
Daikitsu?
Yeah, where Daikitsu's is, because he's a follower of Daikitsu.
Yes, the 9-year shrine. Do you know where that is on the Willowshore map?
No.
I can help you with that. Do you want me to just kind of ping them as we go along?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
The 9-year shrine is here?
Hang on, we got markers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'll make a little.
Get the pens out.
Get the pens out. Yeah.
There's a kitsune.
Wonderful. Now put 9 or 7 tails.
Mm-hmm. May I do the next one?
Yeah, go for it.
It's 9 ears, not 9 tails.
Abadar Shrine?
Oh, I'll draw like a bag of money.
Need civilization, not money.
Oh.
Civilization is money.
Oh, yeah.
He's the bag of money now.
At
He
the
thought long.
You would know Kofu Sashi is at the trade office, the new trade office.
And he's money, right?
Yes.
Oh, he gets to be a fancy dollar bill instead of a bag of money.
Yeah, don't they use coins here?
Like, you know.
He's gonna print money before you know it.
Quite related to this quest, they use coins.
Yeah, coins.
The Cathedral and the Lady of Souls for Rasma. All right, and the rest of these are not known by most, but known by you. Sounds good. There is downtown a shrine to Shilin here.
It's the beauty lady of rainbows.
You would know, though it is not publicized. At the Hand of Spring, there is a shrine of Quezon. This is the doctor's office, medicine.
Do you mind typing out the names in
Yes,
chat?
yes.
I can copy paste them so I make sure I get them spelled right.
Which one do you want me to
My
do?
drawing's not enough for you down.
Daiketsu, and then the two that you, let me see her. Oh, actually, you know what? I could just use the little deity thing. It's okay. Never mind.
You sure? I've got them. All right.
Well, if you want, just go from Daiketsu up.
Daiketsu and down? You
Yeah,
got
down.
it. Yeah. All right. Absolutely. Daiketsu?
Right.
Gofusachi? You need Pharasma?
No, I got Pharasma.
Shilin?
Sachi.
Quizon? You would know at the Silver Mist Lodges, Katai, here, but more importantly and more hiddenly, the actual shrine of Kedifis is here.
Edifice. Who is that?
Kedifis is the tight-lipped elven god of the hunt.
Okay, elf god.
The hunt and kill demons and the undead, maintain the health of the forest, and provide to the community.
Sounds like a cool dude. Definitely someone that we should call to right now, because we're very in danger.
You would know, and I think I'd give Joe Ben this one for free. At Mother's Coil, there is a shrine to Nalini Vati. Which is the deity of seeking out magic and using it, poisons, to heal poisons, to bear and adopt children, and to raise snakes.
Raise snake seems like a really random one, but I like the energy.
It's a snake deity, so snake and swans.
Snake charmer.
My adopted mother was a snake lady.
There is also in Mother's Coil another shrine to Shizuru.
That's my lady.
Mm-hmm.
Like a son.
There is also in the Mother's Coil a shrine to Tsukio. I'm sure.
That's the moon guy.
Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, the Nagaji wizard was very, very proficient with knowledge and dealing with deities and magic. You would know at the governor's estate. I apologize. This is a abandoned estate of one of the nobles of Willowshore. Is a shrine to Desna. It has been unkept, however. You would know that it's there, not where it is, but there is a shrine to Lao Shupo in the Mushroom House. If you remember who Lao Shupo is.
He is the
That's the grandmother rat.
old rat woman.
The assassins steal, kill, black market.
Where was that one at?
The Mushroom House, which is here.
Rat.
And the last one that you would know, based off of the roll that you got, though you suspect that there are more within town. Alright, let me see. To Yazing. In the Bones of the Forgotten. Way out here. If you know who Yazing is.
Is it Yazing?
Yep.
She's like the assassin lady, I think.
Yes.
Right.
The Shenmin / Tianzi, basically assassins, ninjas, justice, god. Kill people, don't let them know who did it, and carry out the punishment on convicted criminals.
We got a slew of gods up there.
Assassino, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, a slew of gods, and I don't think we have 1% of all the Pathfinder gods.
Yep.
we got a bunch.
We got a lot of coverage here.
Yeah, we only need 3 of them, so like we don't need to go to all of them.
So, as you kind of recall all of these different shrines in front of old Mitsuki,
Perhaps it is wise to choose the deities that could help us the most in this situation. Their blessings should help all of Willowshore. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. So we probably need to pick deities for protection. So,
To repair our homes, to heal our wounded, to carry out our debt.
Raz would, of course, put up Pharasma to help shepherd upon those who pass and to shepherd away what does not need to stay.
Erasma would be a wise choice. I personally am biased towards Shizuru, the Empress of Heaven. But if you think that a blessing from the goddess civilization would work better, then perhaps we should go see Abadar's shrine instead. Can you tell us of this prior before we make choices?
I can teach you it, but just let me teach you it after I inform you that there is other things that must be done.
All right.
The lantern is not our only concern. Several refugees have seen a horse-sized spider made of stone striding through the mist. I believe that Ugly Cute has awakened to defend the town. I plan to recruit hunters from the lodges, yet again to track down Ugly Cute, to provide it aid to this guardian beast of Willowshores. But currently, the hunters are saving townsfolk in the streets. If you could go to the lodges. It is too dangerous for me to send anyone else to let them know to find Ugly Cute. They know the forests, and I need you here.
Right. Where on the map is the Hunter's Lodges?
Their forward outpost is here. You have already taken care of the Busso. That is one worry off of our plate. You have all of South Bank's gratitude. I will inform everyone that it is dead.
When we came into town, we passed by Ugly Cute's spider gate. We were surprised to see him not there.
That is...
It's good to know that he's wandering around protecting the town.
No, a guardian beast like that is protecting the town, of course. Awakened. It is his function, as it was always said. Lastly, though I am confident in your abilities, you've slain the Busso. I warn you, do not enter downtown. It is particularly infested. I will make plans to deal with downtown, but everything else should take concern for now.
So should we avoid going to the north in general?
No. We likely should pay the Hand of Spring a visit. I imagine many refugees have made their way there, and, though it pains me to say it, it is extremely important that you must make contact with Northridge. You must find Granny Hall. If she would be anywhere, it would be at her trade office. That is where she's lingered for so long, since it's been built. And her advisors.
We have to go all over town then.
Yes. But allow me to teach you this prayer.
And if you guys all spend 10 minutes, he can teach you all the prayer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm going to say you guys have probably spent 30 minutes or so, likely, in the estate so far, right?
Yeah, eating and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
There we go. All right. So, the coins, they can be blessed via an invocation that is granted to you by Old Mitsuki. Now, this isn't an exploration task. It actually has rules and whatnot. It's concentrate and manipulate. It requires you to hold an unblessed copper coin and that you are adjacent to one of Willowshore's many shrines. It involves that you spend 10 minutes in prayer with a copper coin. Then you must attempt a DC 15 religion or deity lore check or a DC 17 skill check with a skill that is the divine skill of the deity, if that makes sense at all.
Yes.
If you critically succeed, you are actually given a blessing from the deity, yourself, and the copper coin is blessed. If you succeed, it blesses the coin alone. If you fail, you suffer no ill effects, but you cannot try at the shrine for at least another day. If you critically fail, you will be cursed by the deity. You will anger them, and you can consider the shrine unable to be used for a good amount of time, let alone whatever they'll do to the person.
Alright, don't fuck it up. Okay. So, gang, where do we want to try to go first?
Many people that wish to speak with you. I will return to the banquet hall. I hope to see you there before you leave, but there is much to do. I know not what's happening on North Bank. Ridge. But take care. Let me know what you wish to do so I could aid you.
He will stand up, give you all a bow.
It is wonderful to see your faces.
And he will turn and leave. You guys will gain 1 reputation point with old Metsuki. And all of South Bank for ridding them of the Busso.
So, what do we want to try to go do first? It sounds like we have people to talk to before we leave. Before we kind of leave the confines of this room. Do we want to focus on the shrine stuff, or do we want to focus getting to Northridge?
Well,
I
I guess if we're going to do the shrines, we need to decide which deities we want to go to, and that might put, if depending on what deity we pick, might make us move over to Northridge
anyway. Yeah.
Northridge anyways.
I think Pharasma is a good idea. Because, ghosts. I'm pretty biased towards Shizuru. She's lawful good. She's the sun. She's cool. But I don't know what we would do for the third one. So if you guys have suggestions.
Bang, do you think Dekutsu would be useful in this blessing?
Yeah, but I don't know if I would be worthy to receive it.
That's ominous.
That's an interesting answer. Yeah.
I mean, she's just a god of craft, and I've forsaken craft. But I do revere her.
You don't have to craft to worship and see the beauty in craft.
What about Yuzong? Medicine? That's not a bad idea.
Yes, but I can't say I have a strong connection to him.
Do you have a strong connection to Sukiyo, Jobin?
No, well, even though my mother spent a lot of time learning about them, we never really did too much practice. The shrines are there. I know they were there, but other than that, not so much. She did mention that I did hear some things about Shizuru. So I am for that if that's the one you want to go. But
I'm sure my goddess would be more than happy to give us the blessing.
I mean, I think that Kitsu would want to protect the town. I could try if you wanted.
I think it's worth a shot. Worst thing comes to worst doesn't work, and we can try somewhere else. So we want to try Pharasma, Daikitsu, and Shizuru.
We hit the
But does-
shrines and then head over to the Northridge. Could possibly run into Granny Boo on the way.
The Pharasma and Daikitsu shrines are in the south, so we go there first and then head over.
Yes, it seems solid.
we stop by the Hunter's Lodge when we pass by Dekutsu, or go straight across from there.
Yeah, it's over in that direction. So before we head back to the Dawn Bridge, we can stop at the Hunter's Lodge.
Okay.
It's gonna be dangerous, though. We'll probably have to take the roads.
I mean, I can lead us through the woods. I live around there.
We don't have to take the roads, you know. look who's in this group.
Okay, fine. We don't have. We can go through the farmland. And the
Or we
We go
woods.
through the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we could
I
just leave out. Yeah, I guess we could just leave out this way. Just go the long way around to the woods.
Go through the woods to the Pharasma. Through the woods, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you afraid
if
of the
that's-
centipedes?
No, not really. I mean, they do have many legs.
It will be
Many
okay,
legs.
Jobin. We'll protect you.
Well, it does seem like it might be the fastest route to the Lady of Souls, and then we could probably cut through again to the Hunter's Lodge and then back to Daiketsu.
Sounds like a plan to me.
As you say that, Jobin takes the final sips of his tea, gulps it down, makes like a slightly disappointed sigh. Oh, okay. Well, before we do that, you should probably get those injuries taken care of while we're here.
Sure. Wouldn't hurt.
So do you guys want to just sneak out the back?
I believe Matsuki mentioned there was someone who wanted to talk with us.
I mean, we've got stuff to do.
You
Are
might
you
need help.
trying to avoid your sister?
Fang looks at you like, how forward of you. No, I just there's a lot that needs to be done.
I understand wanting to avoid your sibling.
Now his eyes are daggers, and he's like, we should just get out of here.
Do we want to sneak out then?
Jobin's heading through the main.
Let us
Heading
not.
back to the main door.
Let us not sneak out. Best to let everyone know we're fine and that we're working through this together.
Just try to bring some peace of mind to those people then.
You're right. I'll meet you guys outside.
Oh, we'll meet you outside. Okay. If anyone asks about you, Fang, should we just tell them went on ahead?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, whatever. All right. Let's go see some people, then head out.
Take some treat wounds, Jobin, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm doing the tree wounds on you. Yeah, give me a second. Where's the tree wounds button? There it is. Let's hope this goes well. I only have a +5. Oh wow,
Dang.
that was for CN. Explode with HP.
Do you want to share some of that over here, Sheehan? You don't need all
I
of
only,
it.
I only needed 3, so yeah.
Here you
I'm
go.
going it's amazing what even a little bit of tea does to this man.
It's like he's a new
Here you go.
person.
Ugh.
Ow.
Yeah, I'll hero point it.
Very well.
Ow.
Ugh.
Very well.
You did recap, Don. You have that wonderful 1d6.
Ooh,
That's true.
Ooh.
Yeah, might as well.
Ways.
Might as well.
Okay.
Here's the
33.
I need at least a 5.
33%
At least a
chance.
5.
You got this. Hey!
Nice.
All right.
Jobin,
That's
it's such a story that you've already had in this brief amount of time. Though it pains you to admit it, It's good material.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me
Check
that
out.
2d8.
It's a 2d8.
2d8.
Don't roll 2 1s. Roll it good. Yes, thank you. Full HP.
Oh wow. I realized. Okay, never mind. All right. Does anybody else need anything? It's kind of stitching people together like this. It's kind of like repairing a hinge or a door.
Are we a door?
I mean, people can be doors sometime if they open up, or they might lock their stuff away.
That's
This
deep,
is-
That's
Joe.
their inside.
This is a good metaphor. I like this. I would like to be a window, though.
Well, all you gotta do is let people.
I mean,
See
we
what's
can already
inside.
see right through you.
Ty looks down. Oh, this was a. Oh, I see.
I don't think I've ever asked
I
this.
was talking about the mouth on your stomach.
Oh.
We could literally see
Oh.
right into it.
Yes, it's a hole and goes into the void. Yes. It has teeth too.
I noticed. So
I
did
don't
the
know if this is
Busso.
I know this may not be the right time to ask this, Katai, but can you actually eat?
That's
Stuff
what
with-
mouths are for.
I see. And then Jobin writes something down in his notebook.
This mask isn't an aesthetic choice, Jobin.
I gotta ask, when you write in your notebook, is it like rushed, hurried notes, or is it like
Mhm.
calligraphy notes? Like
When I
you're
write-
taking
when
your
I-
time.
When I'm writing in my notebook, it is like rushed doctor's handwriting notes.
Okay.
If you see him ever write a spell, it would look like calligraphy.
But why would you bother writing down magic?
Well, that's how you learn it.
Seems silly.
This again.
Just
Look,
remember it.
Look, let's we have like what Fang said, we have a lot to do. So let's head out.
All right. I will feed a biscuit or something to my mouth, and that'll be that.
All right.
You see Fang open up a window. He turns into a fox and hops out of the window.
So you hop into the gardens. Very well. And the rest of you just simply open up the sliding door.
Yep.
The bustling of the interior immediately hits you. This busy indoor estate turned refugee home is filled with folk. But as you walk into the banquet hall, you see old Matsuki give you all a look and a nod of approval as you guys begin to walk out. People immediately begin to give you thanks, approaching with what they can, offering you bits of scrap of rations. It seems to be the best that they can offer at the moment. And you watch as Mother Otis will push to the front and look for Ross before Ross finally she's able to make it to you. And as he does, he's gonna smile and has a satchel on their side. Russ!
Mother Otis, it is good to see you well.
Thank you. Before you go, I heard what happened on the bridge, and I wanted to say thank you. there are many people on north side that I care about. And, oh, I did fetch this. I made sure to clear out every person's room before I left the inn. This is all of your belongings.
Oh, that's considerate of you. Thank you.
He will hand you the treasure. Mother Otis would bow, and she'll look towards each of you.
I hope you found the food and drink satisfactory. And after all this, just think about having a free meal on me at the inn. Fresh meal.
We'll definitely take you up on that.
Those of you that have a high perception can hear the hint of worry and doubt in the back of that tone. But Mother Otis smiles nonetheless. Before letting you all go through, at the very least getting out of your way. You see, Elizeth Kendora is kneeling over many people who are sick, wounded, or worse. Over bodies. Ushering prayers, guidances. She doesn't initially get up to speak to you, Ross, unless you go to speak to her, because she seems very much busy in this time. But clearly she looks open to you talking to her. Do you?
You would wait and let her do her prayers before approaching.
Okay. As she finishes off with a weary sigh, a prayer where her hand glows, she places a palm over one of their foreheads. She then turns back and stands up, eyes already exhausted. But as she turns back towards you, in her strange attire compared to literally everyone else within town, she will have a small but weary smile.
I am happy to see you did not meet the boneyard yet.
Raz replies in Pharasma's prayer, "Not this year, not yet."
She grows that smile into something less weary.
Good. The cathedral was destroyed. Well, ransacked.
Well, all who live must face our judgment at one point.
Oh, yes. If you are going to be returning there, if you could find my flute, I would be appreciative.
Certainly. Plan on returning soon. I'll be on the lookout for it.
What is happening? Do you know?
The festival seems to have been disturbed. Not sure if it was by inside or outside forces, but the Eternal Lantern was cursed. The coins need blessings once more before light can be restored. We are working towards that.
Even as far as my teachings in Goka, I have not heard of such a mist, such monsters. But I have also not heard from Our Lady. I fear something has been disrupted. In the meantime, when I can return to the cathedral, I should be able to offer scrolls to help you. Until then, I must stay here. There are too many wounded or dead that must face her, that need guidance through this strange mist.
If we run into anyone, I'll make sure to send them this way.
Thank you.
Maybe meet again soon.
Always. And she will turn at the beck and sound of a scream and make her way over to begin healing someone. As this happens, see Yin, you see all these connections, these people, those that know each other so tightly bound, and you and Joe Ben stand there. Can't helping but wonder at the sound of the scream if it's someone either of you know or recognize. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it seems to have been a stable hand. And as you sigh, there is a tap on the both of your shoulders. As you whip around, you feel the prongs of claws that have tapped you. And as you turn around, there is a arms-crossed kitsune. She has a look on her face, piercings all along her ears. You can see eyes just as similar as fangs. It gives it away, like nothing else. Eyes as green as the trees themselves, contrasted by her garments and metal armor. You know this to be the well-known Iron Pot Blacksmith, Yongwu Jiu.
Jobin's gonna say, "You're not supposed to tap people on their shoulder like that."
You see she rolls her eyes.
Where's my brother?
Oh, he jumped through the window.
Roman gets elbowed a little bit, but he gives up after that.
Should have figured. Back to the forest already. Don't know why I bother.
And she will turn around, as though that is the end of that conversation already, and begin slamming something really hard and very metal against a table, and begin continuing crafting.
Ian looks at Jobin and kind of gives you a look like, I'm not getting involved with between those two.
I mean, it could be a good story.
You see her flattened ears give away the immediate anger, but beyond that, do you wish to approach her?
We do got a lot to do, and I don't want to be the one getting talked to. I'd rather see her talk to Fang, and then I can sit down and watch. So I guess we can get going.
All right. Katai, you see your brother interact with the Lady of Souls, with Mother Otis, but no one approaches you. Instead, there are eyes of mixed disappointment. The same eyes you know, but some blame you as they whisper of the lantern, its guardian. None of them.
Kasai is Katai's just probably situated herself at the exit, waiting for the others and feeling the eyes on her. She definitely has her arms crossed and she's just kind of has her eyes looking at the ground, knowing that she's also disappointed in herself.
Something breaks your vision. A small hand that tugs on yours. Someone brave enough to approach you.
I will look over to see who it is.
You see it's a guard.
Oh,
Who looks a bit sheepish and worried, but you look down at him, he looks up at you. We haven't met.
no, I don't think we have. What can I do for you?
Have I heard you were misplaced to the east?
Yes, we were.
My wife is positioned at the eastern tower. Have you seen her?
I believe I have. We definitely got her name. Let's see.
Higher.
Yes, that was her name. She's at the watchtower currently. She is in possession of the lantern that Ugly Cute had. She should be safe, but as soon as it's safer to walk the streets, you should go collect her.
He lets out a sigh of relief and looks up towards you.
Thank you. Thank you. Our daughter, she's with Granny Hoof babysitting.
We plan to go there. I will check on her. What is her name?
Granny who? Or my daughter?
Your daughter.
Oh.
He kind of looks left. He looks right.
My wife and I disagree on the name. She was but only 3 seasons old.
Oh, I see.
Granny Ho would know her by him. Who? That's what she calls her. As though to, Higher who? It's Granny Who's little girl.
Alright. I will go check on her for you.
Thank you.
You should know, by the way, as a guard, many of the men and women that your wife was stationed with are dead.
He nods. Many are dead. I've heard. I ran from North Ridge.
You ran?
With the guards here. Before the Busso. We sought to warn everyone on the South Bank. There is something in the downtown. Something otherworldly. Clanging down the streets. It cut down all of the guards in their armor. Be careful. It was singing.
Singing.
He looks on with a 1,000-yard stare as though he is hearing the singing right now.
What did it sound like?
He takes a moment, shakes his head.
It was happy, merriment, revelry, singing of feasts, festivities, banquets.
I will bring this up to Jobin. You might know more. Thank you.
He bows. Thank you. You've done a great service taking care of that Busso and saving my wife.
And he'll turn.
You can probably thank me when she's back here, safe.
Yes.
And he'll go back with the rest of the guards.
Definitely watch him go, and I peek at my anathema and shake my head. I wasn't gonna scold him, but
He was the only one that thanked you. Come on.
so
Some people are like that. God, don't tell me your anathema is not running away.
That's absolutely what it is.
You're dead.
It's
All right.
technically not that. It's abandoned a companion in need. So.
Still
I think
dead.
that counts.
All right. One by one, you guys can gather at the front of Mitsuki Estate. And, as the guards let you out, I assume there is a fox waiting on the backside?
Yep.
Okay. You're immediately brought back into the wistfulness, emptiness, mist, and dreariness of Willowshore. Quickly hanging across the stone wall to not lose your bearings without Fang's eyesight, you can make your way back towards the forest beside Graveside Manors. The small fox, known as Fang, I assume either do you transform now or do you wait till you get to the forest?
I'll wait till we're a ways out.
Alright. Simple enough. You gather down, until you're far from abandoned homes filled with Jenkins and worse, and the haunted village full of phantoms. And as you make your way into the shrubberies, the branches, the smell of food and spices gives way to doom and death. You all gather. What do you do?
I might just lead us through. I'm not taking us like deep into the forest. Like we're just gonna skirt the outskirts to get to where the Shrine of Pharasma is.
Okay, your first stop is the Shrine of Erasma.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. I have asked you all for your exploration activities.
Hmm.
Would you require sense direction for just going through the outskirts of the forest?
I would not
or,
require that. No, you got this.
Okay. All right, then I will just search.
Anything in particular you're searching for?
Danger and like herbs.
Danger and herbs. Two peas in a pod, aren't they?
They can be.
Very well.
Dangerous herbs. It literally could be two peas in a pod.
I have fun with wordplay. You wander across shrubs, trees, and what little farm, and you notice the small trails done by children who run through these outskirts very often. And as you begin to move, you can see the forest life is odd, Fang. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Fang, you're noticing something odd. Every few trees, there is webs, as usual. It's Shenmin, it's Willowshore. There are spiders around often. But you're noticing every time you walk past a web in a upward branch, leaves that dangle in front of you that you have to push to the side, covered in dew, the spider leaves the web. And as you turn around, you notice that they're following you. At first, this is nothing. It's spiders, small ones. But quickly they're beginning to build up. One becomes 20, becomes 30, 60. As spiders upon spiders begin to become a voice that you've heard.
Tail, flesh. Delicious.
Does everyone hear that or just me? I'll kind of like look at everyone else, see if they notice it.
All of you hear this voice. It comes from so many little creatures. And it slowly builds up to one coherent voice.
I don't like the forest.
I will
Well,
draw my
this isn't-
katana.
This isn't normal.
Are we being followed?
Yeah, there's like 80 to 100 spiders.
Spiders are small, easy to squash.
Ugh.
I mean, I wasn't concerned until they started talking like that.
You weren't
Sympathy
concerned by
told
the
you.
uncountable number of spiders following us?
No.
No, that's something to be concerned about.
What do you mean there's nothing to be concerned about? They're gonna kill us. We're gonna die out here.
Something is making him act this way. We could just run.
I'm in agreement with running.
They're just spiders. They're talking spiders, but they're just spiders.
Godless killing machines they are. That's why we have a guard. That's why there's a guardian protecting.
Do you guys begin to pick up the pace? Do any of you turn around?
I mean, these aren't ghosts, right? Like, they wouldn't follow the eight rules.
Do you turn
I
around?
mean, I think like before they started talking like this, Fang probably would have been like, "What are you guys doing?" But now that they're talking like this, he's more worried about getting everybody into safety.
I don't know
So-
much about the woods, or at least I don't know as much as Fang does. I will do whatever Fang says.
Okay. You finally hear.
Feast.
And mound of spiders becomes a thrusting swarm of death. Do you run? Or do you turn around and face the swarm?
Ruben's ready to run.
I think
Jobin's
we would
running.
have been taken off running.
Yeah, we can outrun spiders.
Okay.
Does Cian know of anything that would discourage spiders from following us?
That's an excellent question. Give me a nature or recall knowledge check. Probably recall knowledge. Ooh. Terrifying, deadly masses of spiders are not well known. And there are very few everyday vermin that inspire as much dread as these beings. I don't think, Zian, you would know of anything that would hamper their movement towards you other than usual prey. You get the feeling that they definitely shouldn't be working like this, especially not in a group like this. They almost appear to be connected in some way. And they definitely shouldn't be coming at you with such aggression.
You would just look at the group and say, run.
Right?
Wait
Right, we
ahead of
run.
All right. You guys turn to say run, and they're already like 10 paces ahead. I assume you begin to stride forward. All right. Are you going to stride away from them as fast as you can?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
running. Full on.
All right.
Full on running.
Is that a rule? There's a rule for this? Running away from an encounter?
Well, normally, if we're in initiative, we would just stride away, and a PC is typically faster than
You are if they are only 20-foot speed. So if you run, you'd be able to outpace them. They
Yeah,
seem intent
and
on following.
I think since we noticed them, we would have we probably would have started running before they were, 10 feet behind us.
I entirely agree. I just want to do it on a map. But Fang, yes, you noticed them
bad news,
really early.
Actually.
Oh,
I only have 20-foot movement.
Oh.
I thought you had
no.
25.
No, I have a -5 from my armor.
Oh. Okay.
I hate
They-
that guy.
Oh.
Well, I guess we're fighting. Because we ain't
Sorry.
outrunning them.
Then I
I'm
guess it
sorry.
would depend on the monster. Like if they're that intent and relentless,
Yeah.
maybe it would go to exhaustion. Depending on how far we're running. I don't know.
They are going to chase you, Katai. And they're going to keep chasing you. More spiders begin to grow into their bundles as you cross more and more trees. They fall and dangle and almost jump into piles and piles and piles. And while the rest of your party have rushed forward, you are being left behind, very slowly, methodically.
No, my anathema.
Did you leave
excuse
yourself
me.
behind?
Wait, where's Katai? She's not with us.
So slow.
For someone so tall, she's got mighty short legs.
Hang on, I'm checking something real quick because it's not applied in my sheet, so I'm wondering.
And you need to
Do you
take
have
us to
the
a place
strength
where they
requirement?
can follow.
I should.
They're spiders, so they can follow us anywhere
They can't
but
follow
water.
us over water.
What armor are you? What armor are you wearing?
Oh, I see. So I have okay. I read the rules. So the armor penalty is a -5 because I meet the strength threshold. I reduce the penalty by 5.
Yeah.
So you're okay.
So I
So-
do
so
have
yeah, you're-
25. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
only when you get to plate armor, the speed
Gotcha,
penalty is
gotcha.
10, but having the strength requirement only reduces it by 5. So when you wear plate, you'll still have a reduced speed.
In
catch up.
that case, you will catch up, kind of pushing yourself forward and through. Maybe you were questioning if you should turn back. Maybe you can take these spiders. But you rush, you run, and together you can outrun the swarm, where you hear them speaking of crawling into your eyelids to feast on your very brains, your nostrils, and any orifice they can find themselves into, most likely your ears. That is a whole horror, I hear.
Yeah, this is horrible for Jobin.
Mm-hmm. But eventually those voices die down. And you feel as though you are safe to walk at a normal pace after a few thousand or so feet. I would say it would be at the very time that you break into the fluvial Lady of Souls and the graveyard that resides behind it when you stop hearing the sounds of the spiders.
So like we break the tree line and jump out, and we hear the noise stop. Jobin is just like brushing himself off, and putting his hands through his hair, making sure there's nothing on him.
You catch a spider
Little
on your
hairy
one
guy.
hand.
He flicks it, just tosses it, backs up.
Okay.
Casts his ignition on it.
The ground sizzles with what's remaining of the moisture out here.
Let's not do that again, please.
Well,
I think we
I
have
mean,
to. There's more woods. in
Can we
front of us.
just
No,
walk
yeah.
through the farm? The farm.
you must understand that this isn't natural. Like, this
Yeah, it
is
doesn't matter if
how
it's
they
natural or not.
normally act. There's
If
like
it's happening right now,
There's vipers in the farm fields, Jobin. I don't think it matters.
I could deal with snakes.
what?
We definitely saw like a bunch of guards get murdered by those snakes. So maybe not.
And you
Well-
don't think people get murdered by a huge swarm of spiders like that?
Do you rather fight like 10 million spiders or 10 million snakes?
Snakes.
It's a good question.
10 million nothing.
That's a good point. I think I could take the spiders and the snakes.
I'm not supposed to harm harmless snakes, but if they,
Evil snakes. Let's just get to the shrine, get the blessing, and then move on to the Hunter's Lodge.
Finally breaking your eye line from behind you and the spiders that were chasing you, you turn towards the cathedral. You see it battered, broken into. Windows are shattered. It is, by contrast to the rest of Willowshore, a straight-up European cathedral. You see the blues,
Ross's,
the whites.
I explained Ross's outfit now.
Is there any damage
Oh, yes.
that we can see from the outside?
Between the broken windows, you can see that things have been thrown against the walls of the stone. You can see all signs and little tributes to Pharasma on the outside have been battered, beaten, or broken. You can see none of the graveyard has been hit, though. And as you begin to move your way kind of to the front of the cathedral, the doors are wide open.
It must have been those gremlins. Causing destruction where they go.
Do you think you'll be able to successfully commune with Pharasma?
Yes. She's always near, so I don't think I'll have any trouble.
Don't mess it up. Again.
Moving into the front door, there is the echo of your voices as you walk into the cathedral. Every bench is destroyed. Every statue defamed by cookware or sword swipes. You see, however, at the very end, standing proud above the rest. Candles that are unlit, smeared. A shrine with scrolls scrawled across it that are still bound up. And Her Lady of Souls. A hooded figure. But instead of a face, there is but a swirling circle underneath, carved into the stone, as it looks across everyone.
Do what you need to do. I'll stay by the door and keep guard.
Alright. Elspeth has also asked me to look for her fruit. After the ritual, I'd like to look around and see if I can find it.
There are other doors that lead to other rooms that also look broken into.
I mean, if you want, I'll look for it while you do this. You said it's a flute?
Yes, fruit.
Okay. Where was her office or chambers? Or where do you think she'd be most likely to keep it?
Probably in her chambers. And Raz would point to her office chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Fang will go over there and rummage
I'll go
for
with
her
you, Fang.
flute.
Yeah, the second door on the left.
Okay.
Ever forward someone who is surrounded by death. As you walk into Alaidas Candora's prayer chamber, personal chamber, though it is not her bedroom, you can see that there is a slab. There is no body on it, but clearly this is an eerie presence. This is where she creates her scrolls, potions, if she desires, pendants and blessings for the dead or the living. All of it has been broken into. All of it defaced. While you perform your prayer, you guys can search. I believe it's just perception in this?
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm gonna make can I make an active perception check as I stand guard outside?
Yes, you may. Are you keeping the door open?
Yes. The door's gonna be like propped open, unless I'm told to close it, just so I can like keep an eye on the inside and the outside.
Very well. Young Feng, Gawa Jilben. You guys are able to make your way through the many chambers here, including finding the personal chambers. However, though all semblance of cookware has been taken out of here, and blades, you're able to find many coffers that have been pilfered, but abandoned. And resting on what appears to be a nightstand, with a mirror, it's hard to come by, there is a flute beside a ribbon. The ribbon is clearly from Willowshore, but it is old in design.
I'll look at Jobin.
That
Do you
might
think
be the
she'd?
flute.
Yeah, but do you think she'd want this stuff too?
I don't see why not. Wait a second.
I mean, that looks important.
My God.
I mean, it probably is important to her. But one thing, didn't Ross say that these Jinkin like to curse things?
Uh, I wasn't really paying attention. He talks about stuff that doesn't really matter.
Well, I don't know. Wait, I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with it either, but maybe. Can I take a look and see if I like standing near um the flute, like cast detect magic just to see if there's any type of magical aura in the room. I guess like the spell doesn't let me know if what where it is, but just if it's present in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
The pulse goes out. You concentrate. But there's no magic in this room at all.
Okay, well, I don't feel anything, so yeah, I guess we could take it.
All right, I'll grab all 3 items: the flute, the ribbon, and the mirror.
Okay.
I'll put them in my bag.
Very well. You're welcome to add those to your sheet.
All right.
Meanwhile, Ross is doing a prayer to Pharasma. This ritual to call upon her aid.
As you do, Kitai, you watch out the door. Amongst the farmlands, you can see from here your own home. You know your brother has spent a lot of time here. But from here, you can see the bridge. Oftentimes you thought you can see the smoke from your brother's pipe just from here, as you watched with the lantern from here. You know, it should be able to be seen. The mist, however, blocks any and all sight. But you know that lantern's out one way or another. As you take a breath in and continue your watch, an ethereal gust flows past you as you hear Ross's words to Pharasma. And as it goes past you, suddenly, without warning, there is a creak of the massive doors to the cathedral before they slam shut, and you hear the sound of a lock as the bars fall down, trapping you outside, Kitai, and your brother inside.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I think it probably takes a few moments for Katai to realize the doors just got locked on her.
Feng, Jobin, as you go to leave the back chambers of this area, Cian, where would you be?
He would be watching over Raz just to make sure nothing untoward happens to him.
From within here, you see the 4 doors to the various sections of the cathedral, all slam shut as a wind flows through the area. And Feng and Jobin, as you go to leave and head back into the main area to meet back with your party, the door also slams in your face and locks. What do each of you do? Do you interrupt your ritual, Ross? Quick.
No, Ross will continue.
Okay. Go ahead, Jobin.
Jobin's gonna just try the door. He saw that it locks. He's gonna look for where the lock is, and if it's on this side of the door, try and unlock it. If it's not, then Fang.
I mean, I assume the lock would be on this side because we're in the chambers. Oh wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Faye will look at Jobin, he'll kind of shrug. And you'll see his head start to crackle with electricity. Should we just blast it open? I mean, I don't have a key. I guess we could look for a key.
Yeah, let's look for a key first.
I mean, come on, man. This place is a wreck. Like, they won't even know it was us.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, okay. Joven will stand back.
All right, I'm gonna just start blasting the door with electricity, trying
Okay.
to blow it open.
As you strike it once, you hear from the other side the sound of Zien and a grunt of pain. On the other side, Zien, all the doors have closed around you. Do you do anything immediately? Including the main door has shut.
He would go to the main door and try to open it.
Okay, as you rush to the front, you can see the bar is there, but it looks affixed and stuck. It's as though as you put your hand there is something holding it down, holding it closed on you. And, Katai, do you also go to rush the door?
Well, this is a big cathedral, right? Is there any stained glass windows I can see?
Yes, they're all broken and they're on the second story.
Oh shit, I can't. That's too high. Yeah, no, I rushed the door then.
Okay, you could attempt to jump up and climb it. But if you want to rush the door, go for it. Both of you make
Out of
an
everything
athletics
I know
check.
about Pathfinder is that fall damage hurts like a bitch, so I don't.
That's fair.
So,
Athletics checks. Good time.
Yeah.
All right. You both will open the door. Are you opening two separate doors, or are you guys struggling against each other and Zien wins?
I don't know if we're coordinating or not.
Okay. As you...
I say they both roll a secret D2.
Okay. Okay. That's
and
fair.
That'll determine what door they roll.
That's a good one. Thank you, Fang.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll me a secret D2. All right. And what you got, Zien? All right. You guys rush the door. As you do so, you slam against the side of it. And as you do, Katai, you are thrown back and onto the ground as you are hit by the overwhelming force of a shielded foe. And as he bursts through and breaks the lock, you see Zien standing over top of you.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Did you lock the doors on me?
No, they just shut. Get in.
I will scramble to my feet and get inside.
How much damage do you do to the door, Fang?
Well, as much as it takes is the answer. But if you want, I can just keep rolling 2d4 until you're satisfied.
Actually, this is an interior door, is it not?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh no, this isn't
It's
a.
cathedral, it's not paper.
It's not paper. It's not paper. One sec. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You will slam into the side of it, and yeah, it's got hardness. How much? It's bad. It takes a while. Hit point. The hit point of a door is 40, and it has a
Yeah,
hardness
it'll
of
take a-
5.
Oh, it'll take a while. It'll get
yeah.
to the point where I just ask Jobin, like, come on, help me. Like,
Finally, one of them gets through, but barely.
I don't know if I can. Okay, hold on. Stop. Wait. He keeps going.
I was spamming it when you said stop.
Okay. Is there? Let me just check something real quick. You said this thing was a key lock, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe acid? I'll start blasting it with acid.
You could wedge it with crafting if you want, Jobin.
Yeah. I was gonna see if maybe I can like. I do have my. What do I have here?
This is all
Waste
acid
paper.
damage.
Looks like only like 2 of them go through, like 3, 4 damage. Oh,
Dang,
looks like
it's resistant
I
to
guess.
everything.
it's hardness.
It's
Sorry,
hardness.
does
Hardness.
first.
Oh.
Yeah, hardness. Hardness just you just reduce damage.
Yeah,
have
but
to
you
do
think
that
a
much damage
door
to do it.
would be weak to acid?
You'd think.
How the
You
game
think.
since
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Okay, getting really frustrated, he just starts slashing at it with his claws.
It is immune to bleed.
That's alright, this is 2d6, it'll go faster.
Go on, Jobin. Let's see who makes it
right,
first.
he's gonna take his staff and try and like wedge it into a corner and see if he can. He's gonna attempt to force it open.
It's a crafting check.
Oh, okay. Or a crafting check to attempt to weaken the lock.
Well,
Is
it's
it his
if you wedge, you get to use crafting instead of athletics.
Okay, awesome. All right. Here it. Where's Oh, there they are. She's crafting. Ugh.
It's just not enough. But Jobin, as you're pulling on it as
I mean-
hard as you can, you feel like if
Wait,
you just give a
hold
little.
Hold on, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna reroll it with last hero point.
Oh, okay, sounds
We're
good.
Pretty much at time.
Excellent. You put in all of your. You take a moment. You measure it. You put in some weight. You bring out one of your staffs, and man, those things can hold against a reinforcer with no problem. You turn. You get the perfect angle on it. You push down, and as soon as you do, you hear the crunching sound of the door breaking to the sound of Yang Feng's snapping. Yang Feng just beat you. It would have worked though. I promise, Jobin.
Hey, teamwork.
teamwork.
Yeah, Fang will nod at you approvingly, like, yeah, ain't no door
This entire
standing. Ain't no door stopping us.
You're like going ham, casting spells, and Jobin's just there looking at it, like trying to think.
I'm like, help me!
All right. And Ross, is there anything special with this ritual that I should know about? Ross?
No, nothing special.
Okay. You may roll me as you place your copper coin, unfurl the scrolls, and begin to make a prayer to the Lady of Souls. Roll me a religion check, a deity lore check, or fortune telling.
Okay. And this is secret, right?
Yes. All right. As you burst into the room in various special ways, either through claws, wedging, smacking in each other's faces against the door and being picked up off the ground, you all look as there is a swirling blue glow that begins to flow from the hooded figure. The statue almost begins to drip some kind of river from its face. As it flows down like liquid over the coin, it is ethereal, ephemeral, but not the sickly green you've seen. Instead, it's a strange turquoise, one that defies what your eyes should be able to see on a color spectrum. And as you see this mystical color strike over this beautiful coin, is this one of the original ancient coins from the Eternal Lantern, or one of your own copper coins?
I would have offered it to you if you wanted, Derby.
Yeah, we used one of the original coins from the Eternal Lantern.
Okay. As it pours over it and swirls, it seems to pool like a turquoise corrosion. Brimming to the front, you see this glow that begins to just emanate. Like a river filled with light, swirling, ever-changing, and ever-flowing. As you look down towards it,
The coin is clearly blessed. It seems the Lady of Souls has heard you.
Raz
birth.
kind of hides a small smile, uh, bowing again towards the swirl and kind of tracing a swirl pattern upon his heart, cleansing the coin and turning back to everyone. It is done. What did you guys do to the door?
It was like that when we got here.
Yeah, it was like that when we got here.
No,
It
no.
has active vandalism. You hold up your hand, the glowing from the coin, like a strange flashlight underneath you, before you unleash your wrath upon those that have broken into this temple. I say we come back next week. Though, I think we could have found a better spot. We are already 10 minutes over, and I have hard limits on that.
Yep.
Because
Sounds good.
I could just keep going for like 5 more minutes, and then it just becomes 5 more minutes, and it becomes 5 more minutes.
Dude. Yeah.
Just,
Oh, enough.
you know, just
Well,
another
real
hour
quick,
here or there.
what door were you talking? You were talking about the front door, right?
Which one?
No. Darby. Rez. Was he talking about the front
Oh,
door? When you
yeah,
asked
when I
about
turn-
what?
Yeah, when I turn around, the front door is probably bursted open, and then you guys are walking out of.
Well,
broken door.
we went down the hallway and took a left. So I don't know if you would have seen that door, but when we walk out and see you accosting the other two about the door, Fang will look over at Jobin and kind of be like, "Shh."
Looking at all these 2d6s, there's a lot of thunder going on.
No, that was claws. It went from
Or 2d4s,
thunder
sorry,
to
2d4s.
yeah. We went from thunder to acid to claws.
I lied, by the way. It's hardness 10.
Oh no!
God damn. Well, it would have taken a while.
Behold the blessings of Pharasma.
All right, you guys have chosen one of your 3 deities for blessings. Very well. Man, well done. You got your success. I do want to say, if you don't mind me telling you what you rolled, Russ.
Sure, go for it.
Uh, you rolled a natty 20, but it still wasn't enough to get a critical success, and I felt very sad.
A nat 20
Actually-
auto goes up to the next level of success.
Does it now?
Yep. And nat ones automatically go down to the next lower success.
In
or
that
failure.
case, as you are swirled and holding clutch this coin in your hand, you may. Do you have any missing hit points?
No, I do not.
Okay, cool. As you're blessed with divine energy, you can cast once within the next 24 hours guidance for free.
Okay. Wonderful.
I mean,
Right.
guidance a cantrip, isn't it?
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
So you can guide, yeah.
Wait, for free, do you mean like free
Like
action?
no action?
Yes, free action.
Yep. Yeah, probably free action, because normally it's just a action, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will come back and go to the Hunter's Lodge next week.
Damn it! If you're just gonna go there, I should have just gone 5 more minutes and left you on a cliffhanger.
No,
Damn
No,
it.
that's a
It's
good
alright.
spot. We can
That's
end at a happy spot.
no, we
I
can end there
disagree.
after,
I'm just
but-
Two dead doors and a blessed coin. Seems good to me.
Yeah,
How could
the
you guys
rollercoaster
run
folk.
away?
Yeah, and we got a fruit.
We come back with hope, and then it instantly gets
Snuffed out.
Uh,
Yeah.
snuffed out.
We
That's the
avoided
roller
your
coaster of
spider
horror.
combat. We ran away from it like cowards.
I can't believe you guys ran away from a spider swarm combat.
Yeah,
What
we
you talking about?
totally did.
We can't believe.
Look, you're the one that said we should run milestone. So that's what you
You
get.
see all these casters? We run.
Do you have any idea how little a spider swarm is worth? Even if we weren't on milestone.
Doesn't matter. Everything counts when you're not a milestone.
Oh boy.
I'm killing squirrels on the way. My character would never do that, by the way. How much XP did I get? I killed. I hunted 10 squirrels.
20 squirrels.
Well, you would have gotten XP for killing Gurgle-Gut. You would have gotten XP for meeting Momentsuki. You would have gotten XP for blessing a coin. You would have gotten XP. It goes on. I don't want to fuck with all
Level
that.
up? Huh?
No, you don't
Huh?
fucking level up.
Damn.
What do you think you were speedrunning? Did that feel like did that feel like milestone boss?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
If the little guy
if he
sticked
would have gotten
around-
quit, I mean, if he would have gotten crit like that, maybe.
If the little guy stuck around, that's a I think it's that's 9, like, so it's a level. Busso's a level 3, and then
Oh yeah, it would have been.
and
rough.
then
That actually
Jinkin
probably
would have been
horrible,
6 level 1 monsters, which would have been well over like 170 hit points for the monster to deal with, and I don't think you guys would have survived that.
No,
I
no
think
way.
we could have done it.
Oh yeah.
You are crazy.
I have so much faith in us.
You are foolish.
Hey, you guys got some answers. You guys have some tasks. You guys each have your own plans for where to go. I'm down. You guys are making progress.
We gotta
Good
go.
stuff.
Oh, I forgot to mention. I'll do this next week. I forgot to mention to Jobin about the singing creature in downtown. I'll do that next time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, recall knowledge on that one.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as a singing monster.
If there's a spooky creature. To
Make sure to discard your hero actions.
Oh yeah.
Muffin, what was our family room? How did we split that again? Between us?
We got two false coins. A false silver.
And oils of potency.
Oh. And oils of
But,
potency.
And-
only one of us has it, right? Is that how that works?
You each have a
How we did
coin.
that?
We each have
Okay.
a coin.
It's a family coin, yeah. You guys both got one. Two sides of the same coin, if you will. It's a metaphor. Take it.
I get it. I get it.
Who is holding on to you guys' stash, by the way?
Probably either myself or Yin, because we are the strongest.
Cool. Because it looks like
We could probably
nobody's...
split some of that up. you
Yeah,
know.
nobody's
I'm
taking the
currently
cantrip
holding
deck.
the scepter.
Don't
I'm currently holding
worry.
the scepter.
Don't worry. Next level, we're getting some beetle bags.
Thanks. He's gonna be our saddlebag.
Yeah, because if he has all the party loot, then he definitely needs to be protected at all costs.
True.
I mean,
Jobin,
if
do
he
you-
dies, somebody else can pick it up.
Dom, do you want
No.
that cantrip deck, or do you want like someone else to use it?
Well, I have a lot of cantrips, so
It gives you every
I mean,
cantrip.
We just gotta get.
Every
it gives
fucking
you every
cantrip.
Yeah, it does give you every cantrip.
Yeah, it's
So
wild.
I would say
Only once,
it'll
though.
be good, and it's gonna use charisma when you use it because it's usually that's how it is
No,
whenever.
it
you...
has
No,
set
it has a
DCs
flat.
and yeah, it's all flat.
Oh, it is. Okay, it's all flat.
Yeah.
So
we
anybody
need to
can
use it
benefit,
before we
but
out level
If
it.
somebody else wants to use it, that's fine.
Oh, you go for it, wizard.
I mean, we
You
could
got
give it to
this.
the ranger, give him some.
No, because it's gonna make me like want to use that instead of attacking, and I think you want me attacking instead of using cantrips.
Yeah, but what if you want to be at distance?
What?
I'll have a ranged weapon eventually. I just couldn't afford it at start. That's all.
Mm.
I mean, why don't you have it, Ross? Because I don't know if you might have other attack cantrips that might be useful if you want to use it.
Okay. Yeah, it gets every cantrip and you can use them once, so they're like once and gone.
Yeah, you can have a one-time electric arc,
True.
and it's not like we can always hand it out to each other too, if we need to.
Yeah, we can pass it around. All right.
The attack cantrips, use them because they are not going to scale because it's a set DC. Like, so.
Well, we have that crossbow. Somebody could take that for a range option. We just don't got enough boats yet. Whoever has training with, is that a martial
No,
weapon?
No, we have the bolt. We don't have a crossbow.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we just have a bolt.
And we got a ladder.
Yeah, it'll be useful.
20 feet ladder.
I'll just hang on to that stuff for now, if you guys don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, you can throw that on your sheet.
The scepter's pretty heavy. But I got it. It's in my bag.
All right.
It must be worth a lot, because my goodness, your gold value. Oh, mine
worth-
too.
It's worth
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, that's what it
Your
is.
cantrip deck is worth 20.
Yeah, it is. I've shot up. I'm rich.
All right, champs. Thanks for playing tonight. You guys have dumped out your things. You look good. Everyone's taken some stuff from the stash. Well done beating Gurgle Gut. That was a pretty awesome encounter. I'm surprised nobody else got hit. The fact that he can do 12 damage a swing and hit multiple times, that's scary. That's scary. Anyways.
We did a good job keeping him distracted. with
Yeah.
his actions.
Yep. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. I know we got a couple people here. You guys have a great night and take care.
Good night.
care.
Thanks for running.